What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another episode of the Just Chillin podcast. Here we are today with Nate from Nate Talks Giants. Guys, go over there, check out his channel. What's up, everybody? Let me give a quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Jaden in here. He was in here a while ago. Viz Ed, Tracy Stang. Oh, Nate was in here. I wonder where he went. Joseph Balby, Edward Chan, Logan's Giant Zone. Sugar Tots, Mike Nixon, and Max Webster, and Blues 13. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? How you doing, Nate?
I am doing absolutely incredible. My brain is fried thinking about this Dak Prescott thing. I am on cloud nine, wondering how the hell the Cowboys just managed to Eagles themselves in one move with one snap of Jerry Jones' brittle old fingers. So I'm feeling good.
I just want to say, you guys see the banner floating at the bottom there, and make sure you drop your questions. Before I give my thoughts on the Dak Prescott thing, let me put up another banner. Don't let the Dak extension distract you from the fact that Daniel Jones is still the best starting quarterback in the NFC East.
Big facts,
all right,
big facts.
Listen, I'm gonna need y'all to let me know if I'm capping on that because I'm a Giants fan, or if I'm not so capping on that because I mean, hey, who knows what Dak is gonna be like after he comes back from his injury, man? Somebody gotta tell me.
I mean, that's what it depends on, is how he comes back from the injury.
But yeah, no, Nate is speaking pure facts. $160 million over 4 years. That's $40 million a year. All right. At one point in his career, I would say before the injury, I'm like, yeah, you know what, Dak, you earned that contract. After the injury, I was thinking to myself, they're probably going to give him like 35 a year. And you know what? I could see that. That's very reasonable. He definitely earned it. 35 a year, I could see, but they still gave him the 40 mil a year contract, and I was just so confused. Like, first of all, they weren't even in good cap standing in the first place, because everybody knew that the Dak contract was going to happen. So you put yourself now they're in the red, and now go ahead, you explain right there.
Yeah, so here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. So the Dak Prescott deal is conditionally over 6 years to spread this stuff out, which makes sense.
Pat, by the way.
Which makes sense to try and help the cap. But somehow the decision was made to pay him $75 million in the first year of this deal. That is by far the richest one-year payment of any NFL player ever. And it probably won't be touched for a good few years.
You mean 42 a year, or like 42 in the first year? What are you talking
42
about?
A year.
I thought it was 160 in total.
I think it's like with incentives and shits. I think it's like with incentives and stuff. Point being, they had $25 million in cap space before this. Now they have negative 50 in one move. In one signing, they have gone from 25 in the green to 50 in the red. Now, the wonderful thing about this, besides just them being, and I'm not going to swear here, but just completely mixed screwed beyond all belief for the future. At this moment, you look at their salary cap and you look at their roster, and I honestly do not see a way for them to get under the cap this year.
Was it $75 million in 1 year?
$75 million this year. Not in 1 year.
How?
This year. The worst possible way for this to happen.
No, how?
How
do you give him $75 million in 1 year? Yo.
It's ridiculous.
75 mil in one. Is it incentives? Is it guaranteed?
No, it's
75.
It's
in
75 million this year. It's the signing bonus that did it.
What?
Yeah. So 75 million this year is what he's making this year.
That's why. Yes, that makes so much sense now. That's why they're negative 50 mil in the cap right now.
Go. So Hub. I want to just I did this on my stream earlier. I want to do this again.
This is
ridiculous. I want to pull up the Cowboys salary cap real quick, just for those in chat.
Shout out to KB if you want to pop on. Let me know.
Just because y'all gotta see this, KB is in tears right now. KB can't even stand it.
He hates Jerry Jones right now.
Let's take a quick look at this. If you don't mind, I'm going to share this tab here.
Yeah, you gotta add it.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Hold on. Share. Okay.
And by the way, guys, before he puts it on, I put out on Twitter because, the Dallas Cowboys media team, the Twitter team was saying, oh, guess what we did? And they tweeted out number 4. And I was like, what you did is now you got 3 players on your team that account for $90 million against the cap space, bro. You're not going anywhere.
And dude, So before we even look at this, I tweeted that same one, and I sent them a very helpful link. I sent the Cowboys organization a very helpful link to Econ 101 signups at the local college, so they should be all right. Anyway, though, let's take a look at this. So this is before the DAK contract hits. They have 25.9 in space, and they will not have 25.9 once that contract hits. So look at these top contracts. You can't get rid of any of these players. The only one that if you traded or cut would even save you money is Tyron Smith. And considering they're already going to have to retool this offensive line, you cannot afford to get rid of him. And then Zach Martin by like $1 million, but still not enough. Amari Cooper can't get rid of. DeMarcus Lawrence definitely can't get rid of. So all this money is on the books. It's not getting moved. You can say the same thing with Jalen Smith. You can say the same thing with a lot of these guys. You might save a couple of million here or there, but you are going to have to absolutely gut this team. Like, there's going to have to be no men left standing at the end of this.
Shout out to everybody in the chat that just tuned in. Shout out to any members in the chat as well. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was happy about the signing because I was like, wow, $40 million a year, bro. The Cowboys really made a questionable decision right here. Then I learned that it's actually $42 million a year because it's apparently more than 160.
Yeah.
Then I learned that they're giving him this year alone of that $160 million, $75 million.
And I'd like to point out, let me help you learn even more wonderful facts about this contract. $126 million guaranteed. Guaranteed. $126 million. And then on top of that, there is a no tag clause. So at the end of this deal, the Cowboys cannot franchise tag him, meaning that Dak Prescott has 100% of the leverage in any future negotiations. The Cowboys,
this gotta be the most crazy like first year in a deal ever, bro.
The Cowboys just leaned over and took it from Dak Prescott's
agent. He's making $75 million right now. Right now, he's making $75 million. That's why they're negative $50 million cap space right now.
I mean, dude, the Cowboys, let's be real. Jerry Jones, we all know he messed up by not extending him. We all know.
Yeah.
We all knew what it was when it happened. We all know he was being a stingy motherfucker, and it was going to come back to bite him, and it has. I mean, my God, this is insanity. He just leaned over and took it from Dak Prescott's agent. That's what just happened here.
I don't even think this was Dak's agent. I think this is all Jerry Jones, bro. I think this is all Jerry Jones. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This makes no type of sense, yo. Oh,
I know,
man.
that's the thing. Like, hold on. So I did this on my stream earlier, and we're gonna do this again. We're gonna engage in this activity. You can all follow along at home. Check my math. We're gonna take out the handy dandy phone calculator here, and we are going to see just how much cap they have, starting with Dak Prescott's $75 million as the baseline. All right, so follow along with me as we go down here. DeMarcus Lawrence, you are not getting rid of. That's an extra 25. That brings us already with two players already to $100 million of the $185 million that the cap might end up being at most. At most.
Let me real quick read Mike's comment. He said, I'm Smiles here, ear to ear. Welcome to Cap Hell, Dallas. We have a nice, lovely seat next to the Facts.
The Eagles are keeping the side chair warm for you, Dallas.
The Eagles are still in a worse position, but this is pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. And so let's just keep going down this list. Amari Cooper can't get moved. That's 22. All right? $122 million right there. We got it right here on our handy-dandy calculator. Everyone better be following along at home. All right? Now we're moving down the list. Tyron Smith, can't move him either. That's 14. Now, we have said the names.
Lucas, what is the plan, though? He says they'll have some sort of plan. What is the plan?
I don't know. I can't tell. So we have said the names of 5. Count them, 5 players. And we are at $136 million. They now have $49 million to play with to get the rest of this roster signed. And we are not done with the untradeable players. Now we're moving on to Zeke. He's getting 13-7, which is just dumb as hell in and of itself, but we don't even have to talk about that right now.
Oh, shout out to Bryson Sportswalk. I didn't realize he was an Eagles fan. Thank you for tuning in, man.
And already, we are at $150 million. $150 mil. They got 35 to play with here. Let's keep moving down the line. Lyle Collins, that's 12. Jalen Smith, that's another 10. You're already at $171 million. And now you are finally getting to some of the players that if you really, really need to, you can move on from. But you now have 13.3. 13.3. That's your number to get an entire rest of the roster signed. You can't do it. I don't see how they're going to do this.
Bro, they're cutting all of their offensive linemen, bro. That's the only way.
I don't know what the plan is here. I don't understand. Somebody explain to me how this is gonna happen. Because I know every year in, year out, the Saints and other teams like them pull their cap bullshittery. But what can they do? They can't trade any of their big contracts. It's just gonna put them even in a bigger hole. They don't have any other smaller contracts with enough dead cap like a Kevin Zeitler type contract. They don't have anything like that. There is no way out of this. They have just completely screwed themselves.
Simon says, does Jerry Jones think he's going to be able to backload the rest of the roster's contract or something? Bro, there's only so much you could backload, and even then it's like...
And then if you do backload enough, then you're going to face the same problem, but worse.
Shout out to Pest.
Yo, Pest the analyst.
Whoa, what y'all doing in my house right now? What the hell? How long have you been streaming for?
Literally 11 minutes.
What the y'all doing in my house?
Pest, before you even get excited, first of all, before we give you the details, because I think there might be one small detail you don't know about the DAK contract. How you feel about the DAK contract?
Oh, man.
So, I think that the old Dallas Cowboys may have taken too long to make this deal happen. I personally think that this is a deal that should have happened maybe a year, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago. I mean, I really don't know why they waited so long, especially when you're going to give this man $40 million a year anyway. Like, you could have got him at like 32 2 years ago, 35 tops. I don't know.
Pest, how much do you think he's making this year?
So I know that the deal is worth up to 75, but I don't know if 75 is actually going to.
Oh no, it's
no, he's making 75 this year.
It's Schefter confirmed.
Yeah, but is that how much of that is like actual cap hit though?
It's signing bonus plus base salary this year is 75.
No way.
Yeah,
yes way.
That's
yes
what
way.
we're laughing about, bro. They went
yes
from
way.
25 mil in the green in cap space. Now they're negative. They're negative 50 mil in cap. It adds up.
Everyone's freaking out about this very thing. No one can believe it because it's ridiculous. Everyone is talking about this. He's the highest paid single year player by far in the history of the league. Pest is doing his own research. I understand. This is as unbelievable to me as it is to you.
Hey yo, everybody shut the up. Everybody shut the up right now. It's 13 minutes, 26 seconds. Okay, cool. Everybody shut the up right now. What are you talking about? That's not right. Hold on a second. Hold on.
I'm gonna look it up with you.
Can you pull up the Schefter tweet you were talking about, Nate?
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Second. There's no way. There is no way that there's no damn way.
Hold on. I'm going to the tweet.
I mean, I know that it could be worth $75 million.
Do you know why? Do you know why it's that high?
So essentially, they turned it into like a 6-year deal. They did a 4-year deal when they ended 6 years. But
this is why it's so high. Guess what his signing bonus is? Take a stab.
His signing bonus is 66, right?
$66 million.
But that signing bonus could be
even still, it ends up getting stretched out.
Prorated.
Hold on. Adam Schefter has been doing a whole lot of tweeting. Yep, here we go.
There's no... I understand that, but there's a way that they're going to finagle that so it doesn't actually impact their cap this year.
Before we even talk about how they're going to finagle their cap, bro, how is this? How do you make a contract like this, bro? $75 million in 1 year?
It's right here.
You're looking at the screen that I'm sharing, right?
damn way.
Yeah,
I see.
that's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
I see what you're doing, but there is no damn way that this contract in year one is going to be $75 million against the cap.
Let me fix that statement. Let me amend that statement. There is no way that contract should be $75 million against the cap, because there is way. There is way. It is happening.
Man, Nate, you been drinking?
I have actually a whole lot. I'm kidding. It is what it is, dude.
There's no way. Am I ashy? I might be ashy. I wasn't prepared to come up here. I look terrible.
Don't worry about it.
No. Pest, how do you feel about the contract now, bro? 75
no, man. No.
This man is all.
No.
This is the hardest denial I've ever seen from him, bro.
No.
The hardest denial.
Nah.
Pest refuses to accept it.
No. Hell no. No.
Hold on, he's got a few more left, Kush.
No.
I got an interesting question for you, Pest.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I got one more interesting question for you. How do you think KB feels right now?
Oh, he's crying. He's in tears. He's in ruins. It's over.
BBS right now?
He's taking the night off. Unfortunately,
you call that man right now.
Call live on stream. Live on stream.
Now, Kush, you call him right now.
Hold that phone up to the mic there.
Right now, you call him right now.
Y'all really about to do this, bro?
Hell yeah.
You call him right now. Nah.
Oh, yo, he might still be watching, so he's probably not even gonna answer. He's gonna be like, I'm not answering that on stream.
Nah. There's no way. There's no way.
You know what's funny? Every time something Cowboys related happens, he's missing. Y'all notice this?
I wonder why. Whatever. We know.
He's missing.
We don't need to make a big deal about it. We all know. It is what it is.
You can hear the phone.
There's no way.
Shh, Pest. We gotta hear this.
Oh, he answered. Hey, yo, what up, bro? What up? How you doing, man? So how you feel about the DAK contract, bro?
Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, I hear you. What is up?
Yeah, how you feel about the DAK contract, man? The viewers want to know.
Bro, let me just say, throw up the X. Our quarterback is here to stay.
Bro, come on, hop on. I know you taking the night off, but hop on.
4 years, 160 million, worth it.
75 million 1 year.
That's worth it. There we go.
He said throw up the X, guys.
Throw up the X, baby. Let's go.
Bro, I know you tired, but still pull up just for 5 minutes. The people want it.
Okay. If the people want me, then you guys have to like the stream. Like the stream, and I'll show up.
You don't need that vain proof, KB. You know.
Yeah, right now.
Nah.
Y'all heard it. Well, y'all heard it. So you better be here in like 3 minutes, bro.
Nah, man.
Where are we at right now? How many likes are we at right now?
Bro, it just shot up to 30.
Golly, where was it at?
Before it was at 20.
Oh, yo, you guys really want me on? All right, let's get it to 35. Can you push 35? 35, 35, 40, can we get 35, 35? Come on.
It's like 2 away.
Let me open up the chat. Oh, I see 32.
Oh, it's at 34.
Uh-oh, let me get the like. There we go. Somebody hit that
35. There you go, bro. I pull up. I'm ending the call. Pull up. It's at 35. Y'all got it.
He done hung up
he
on
should
him.
be here. Shout out to Big Pat Sports Talk in here.
Yo, Big Pat.
Big Pat Sports Talk. Make this make sense. Make this make sense. How long have you been streaming for?
Pat, be the adult in the room. We need the adult in the room, Pat.
Yo, Pat.
Yo.
I think there's an echo, bro.
Pat.
Adult in the room.
Pat.
The adult in the room, Pat. Yo.
Yeah, that's an echo, bro.
Pat, there's a nasty echo, bro.
I think there's an echo, bro.
Oh. I got you now. Is it off?
Yeah, there you go. You're good.
Okay, cool. Look, Pez, I didn't know that he was getting $75 million in the first year.
This can't be right.
Nate,
It can though.
Hey, if you can show me proof that is $75 million in the first year,
bro, didn't I put it up the Schefter tweet just now?
Yo, but this can't be right because when I'm looking at the Cowboys only have like 25 million in
Right.
cap.
Exactly.
So how are they going to get back?
This can't be right.
How are they going to
That's
get
25,
back
right? So you put that 75, it's negative 50 now, bro.
This can't be right.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right about that.
Right.
Because I thought it was only going to be like 40-something million in the first year. That's still bad, but
I saw
75 in the first year.
The actual hit of this contract was going to be 22. I saw something earlier that said the actual hit of this contract was going to be 22, and even I saw that and I went, "Damn, y'all hurting yourselves a little bit, huh?"
Because
75 against
the only player that they can release that actually gives them cap relief, like you showed, was the tackle.
Not a single player in
Tyron
the
Smith.
league making
Tyron
75.
Smith,
And they can't get rid of him.
There's not a single player in the league right now making 75. That's
No,
not
exactly. That's the whole point here. And I am finding nothing but sources saying the same thing.
That's not happening.
that's unreal, man. That's super unreal.
Happening.
That's what we're all saying here. Pest just refuses to accept it.
If that happens, then the salary cap is fake, y'all. It's
Right.
fake that happens. Because that can't happen.
Because he will have to release his whole team besides the top 10 players.
Well, that's the problem is that the best players on the team that are making the most, you can't cut. You can't trade.
Because you lose money by cutting each one of them.
Exactly.
There's no way.
Lucas is saying, go back to the Spot Rag page, click on the Lawrence contract, look at his signing bonus. It was spread out.
We know.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be if they're gonna prorate that signing bonus. There's no way that it's a 75.
No, we weren't saying it was 66 in the first year. That's not what we were saying.
There's no way. There's no way that happens. None.
Because I thought most of his money this year was going to be signing bonus, and they was going to give him like a $50-some million signing bonus this year, which doesn't count against the cap, and they was going to spread the rest out over years. So that's where I think you're getting the $22 million from, Pest.
Yo, there ain't no way.
There's no way they could do that.
There ain't no way that Giants Twitter been squirt pooping on Dave Gettleman all day.
Right.
And Jerry Jones goes,
bro, for the past week, bro.
$75 million for 1 year. There's no way.
For the past week, all I've been seeing is Dave Gettleman slander.
Why is everybody going crazy because they restructured Toilolo? That's one of the best.
Great question. Great question.
That's one of the best things they could have did.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because it's cool to be angry on Giants Twitter. Like, it's cool. It's just cool to be angry. Apparently,
yeah. Now I see what you was talking about, Pest. They go nuts on Giants Twitter.
It's stupid as hell, yo. It's so stupid.
There's a reason. The first 30 seconds of my Toilolo video was me going crazy, and then after the intro rolled, I was like, "So that's how y'all expected me to react, right?" And then I actually gave my thoughts.
I mean, like, look. Okay, we restructured.
The man himself.
There's BBS. We restructure this deal, right? He's going to make less money, and people are mad for us keeping a really good blocking tight end when
he's not good at blocking,
three tight end sets more than anybody.
He's not good at blocking. He's not good at blocking.
Toilolo is good at blocking.
He's better at blocking than he was.
Go back and watch the tape. He's good at blocking. Go back and watch the tape.
Caden Smith was better at blocking than he was.
He's a good blocker. Go back and watch.
We brought him here for his blocking.
Go back and watch the tape.
He didn't do what he didn't do the money he was paid for to do.
Toilolo can block his ass off.
But KB, before we get into that, he threw up the X as he came in here. He has the fake Giants poster in the back. Your thoughts on the DAK contract, though?
My man, DP is here to stay, man. 4 years, 160. Give him all 126 guaranteed. Worth it.
Oh yeah.
Worth it. Who needs 2 feet? Who needs 2 feet? You know? Who needs 2 feet to get that kind of contract? Not Dak Prescott. Not Dak Prescott.
Yeah, see, MC Tushy says 22 million on the cap. Mm-hmm. There's no way there could be 75 million on the cap, man.
How you spreading that out, Pat?
Well, here's the thing. One thing I do think they can do is, first of all, there's something about those signing bonuses. was most of it signing bonus. There's something about those damn signing bonuses that's very tricky when it comes to the cap. And on top of that, they can borrow from next year. So that's what I'm thinking, that's what they're doing. And they're probably going to do some restructuring. But they got a lot of restructuring to do automatically. $50 million in the green, in the red now. So $75 million. Why is nobody talking about that, though? Why is nobody talking about the fact that
all
he's
we were
making
talking about? That's all we
No,
guess.
not you guys. Not you guys. I'm talking about the media. Like, everybody's focusing on his contract.
So here's a question, right? So how in the hell do they intend to make this work long term? What is the plan here, guys?
Well, how they want to make it. The reason is they want to pay him all the money now, so eventually they can see what they want to do with him in the future. That's why they're front loading the contract to hurry up and get all that money aside now, the money that he wants, which is not that's a risk. That's a risk you shouldn't take. It's a risk you should not take. But they're front loading it so they can pay him all the money now and not to deal with the stresses about it in the future, which is, I mean, not the right time to do it. They don't have money for anything. I mean, they had 20. They were just.
That's what I'm saying.
They weren't better off in cap than we were. They weren't that much better off in cap than we were, and now they're around where the Eagles should be.
So I guess at this point, the Cowboys have just accepted the fact that they're not going to sign any free agents for the next 4 years.
Yeah. Unless they do something with D-Law.
I was about to say, like,
they can't though. D-Law is going to cost them more in dead cap by like twice as much.
Even if he's not making that crazy amount this year, for like the next 2 or 3 years, only 3 dudes on the roster account for 90 mil against the cap. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
unheard of.
They're screwed. They're screwed. That's all it is.
And
by the way,
notice how they're getting paid. These quarterbacks and these players in general are getting paid in 2021's market, but the cap space is something that the total cap space, what we're going to see in 2021 is like cap space from what 2017, 16, right? So it's it's like inflation. It's pretty much inflation is what it is right now. With the contracts. Damn, what is going on with PTA Sports right now? He's just
he's still in denial.
Somebody block this guy. Somebody put this guy in timeout. Where is this kid?
Unfortunately, he's about.
You know what I think? You know
where's this guy's mama?
You know what, Pest? You know what, Pest? You know what, Pest? You should take a lap. Hub, put him on a lap.
Take a lap.
You know, it's been a minute since Pest said that.
Yo, you know what I think this means, though? I think that salary cap was going to take a huge jump these next coming years because you know Jerry Jones is like
he's connected.
With the salary. He's connected with the salary cap.
It's got to be
expect that salary cap to be well over $200 million in the next coming years. It's got to be.
Also, in other NFC QB news, apparently Jeffrey Lurie is good with rolling with Jalen Hurts as his QB1 going into next year. What do you guys think?
Really?
About that? Yeah, that came out.
I like that idea. As well.
I didn't even hear that. Unfortunately,
I heard that earlier as well. I like that idea as well.
Jalen Hurts is the future.
I think that's the best move for the Eagles. Actually, I do not like them. Like strategically, I don't think taking a quarterback here is the right move. Just with all the crap you've gone through, I think a little bit of stability is what they need. And again, maybe Jalen Hurts isn't an absolute monster. We know he's not. But even if he's just solid, just the energy he brought to that team last year, they look like they were really playing football for those few games.
Here's the thing. I feel like it was all emotional energy, like not actual energy, like emotional energy because of the drama that was going on with Carson Wentz. That any quarterback could have stepped in there and it would have felt different. You know what I'm saying? Like it was
possible,
such a toxic situation, and so I think Jalen Hurts, like his flame that he provides to that team, is quickly gonna die out once they realize that he really sucks. And so halfway through the season, they're gonna wish that they went Justin Fields.
So
I just don't think so.
What's going to happen with Wentz?
What?
What's going on with Wentz? I'm so
man's got traded.
He's on the Colts.
He's on the Colts.
Did he get
Pest? Where you been, Pest?
Where you been, Pest?
Man got traded, man.
When did Wentz get traded?
Like a month ago.
What? That was like the biggest views of the offseason.
That was when PTA was in a coma. Yeah.
House in a while.
Pest, you vaping too much, man. Come on.
This man PTA was in Jumanji, bro.
Hold on a second.
Dude.
He said, "What year is it? What year is
Wait
it?
a minute. What did they get for wins?
1996.
I don't remember this, man.
They got a second and a conditional first.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
That's right. That he definitely didn't know. He
Right.
definitely didn't know.
That's right, because when it happened, I said go Colts because I actually like the Colts.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think you put it on
I
Twitter.
remember
I
that.
think you put it on
That's
Twitter.
right,
that
I did.
day.
I was
on
in that
Twitter.
stream when you
That's
said that,
right, I
actually.
did say that. I said go
Listen, man,
Colts.
a lot of news have gone by with trading quarterbacks, man. I forgot that Matt Stafford was on the Rams. I really forgot that.
This quarterback carousel this offseason is going to be absolutely insane.
That's right.
It's going to be
Oh my
ridiculous.
God,
I like it,
don't
but
think
hate
there's
it at
gonna
the
be
same
too many more
time. I
points.
like the drama, but I hate how the NFL is turning into the NBA.
I was just going to
you know,
say that. I
Yeah.
hate how it's becoming the NBA.
What do you mean you hate how it's becoming the NBA? Players should be able to play where they want to play.
No,
Yeah,
I
but here's
get
the
that.
thing,
I'm
with
not
the
against the players. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm
like
not against that.
when
It's-
you see a player and you love him as like your team's guy, it's so tough to just see him move on after like a year, 2 years.
But on
Hey,
top
man,
of
that's
that,
the
the
business,
NBA's
man. That's
listen.
the
On,
business.
on top of that, the NBA is a different game. You got a 15-man team. Of course,
Sure.
one player is going to be more valuable than a 53 than one on a 53. You know, in the NFL, these quarterbacks or even some of these edge rushers or top tier corners think that they're the player on the team. I mean, if you earned it, then you earned it. But like some situations, they're like Russell Wilson. I love Russell Wilson, and I have nothing against him in this situation, but I don't understand how he could be demand like wanting a trade at this point of how he's gone, how far he's gone with the team right now.
Because look at the Seahawks.
Right, he gets killed
Yeah,
every
but
year.
yeah,
Look at the
but
Seahawks.
Don't be surprised if he gets
Okay.
traded to the Bears.
Okay, but this is the guy.
Seahawks,
This is
man.
the guy
You
that said he
wanna
want.
stay there?
Listen, he said he wanted to get traded to the Jets. How is that a better situation?
Bro,
He-
because
he-
because the Jets are actually putting
He
together.
listen, because at the same time, I think he's trying to he wants to build like a Kyrie type thing, right? Where Kyrie went to Boston to try to be the guy over there, right? So I feel like that's what.
This is becoming too basketball.
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
too basketball for me, man.
No, I mean
said-
like
he
it's
said
going too
Russell
far
Wilson
into
wants to go to the
basketball. I
Jets
don't know
to
what
be
you're
the
talking
guy?
about.
That's what you said.
He's too
he's
self-centered.
Trying to do what Tom
He
Brady-
is the guy in Seattle, so that doesn't make sense.
Right. He is
guy in Seattle.
He is the guy in Seattle. But here's the thing, maybe that was a bad example to use though,
Hakeem.
because I understand.
he is
I
the
understand his grief there in Seattle, but I mean I can't. I don't like how the NFL is turning like the NBA, man.
Hey,
we're
listen,
seeing guys if they're just a little bit unhappy, they wanna dip, they wanna leave, they want out of there, and then same thing with ownership too. Same thing with ownership. They're quick to let go of guys too. So I mean, I don't like how it's turning into the NBA.
Let's take a step back on this Seattle situation for a second, okay? So you're the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, right?
You're getting paid
And
bank.
Man, I wish.
And you're getting paid. You're getting paid bank.
Mhm.
Now your team has gone from one of the scariest teams in the conference to a powder puff team in the span of 6
That's an exaggeration.
They're not a
Are you
powder puff team.
kidding
They
me?
still
Are
were
you-
legit.
Come on.
Still were legit.
Are we still talking about Seattle?
Did you see the Seahawks at the end of the season? Russell Wilson was all they had. Their defense was shot. He had no offensive
Defense was
line.
playing better at the end of the year than the beginning.
I don't know, man.
To call them a powder puff team is definitely an
I don't know.
exaggeration.
They're
not what they used to be, but they're not a
Right,
powder puff
yeah.
team.
They're not the Legion of
down.
Boom, but they don't
They
suck.
are trending down.
Oh,
And
they
Yeah,
you-
are.
sure.
I'll
Sure.
agree
and
with
you
that.
look
They're
Sure,
trending
yeah.
down,
look
but
at
as
the
of
other
right
teams-
now, they're
you
still
look at
good.
the other teams in the division, those other teams are starting to trend up. The writing is on the wall. Like, yo, it might be a wrap for this team. I might want to get the hell out of here.
You're going too far, man. I disagree. I don't think it's a
you don't-
wrap.
So you don't think the Rams are trending up right now with Matt Stafford?
I didn't
You don't think-
say that.
You don't think the Cardinals aren't trending?
Come
up?
on, man.
I mean, bro,
Dude.
look at the division. You look at the
What is
division
this
and you're
straw
like,
man argument right now?
There
I
is no
said
straw
I
man
don't
argument.
think it's a wrap for the Seahawks.
Yo, I think it's a wrap for the Seahawks.
I
think
disagree.
it's-
I think they're
it's
too
all the
talented
way
for it to be a wrap.
I don't know. I think
No, it's a
all the
wrap
way
for the Seahawks, man.
I think it's all the way
It's a
for
wrap,
that
bro.
team, yo.
I disagree.
I believe
All the way back.
if everything stands packed in that NFC West, it's going to be the Rams number 1, going to be Cardinals or 49ers number 2, and they're going to be fighting for the third or fourth spot.
Yo, I'm telling you, man.
I mean, do I like the Seahawks going in as a favorite this year? No, of course not. But do I think it's a wrap? No, they're too talented for it to be a wrap.
Nate, it's a wrap, man.
I'll tell you what. If Seattle keeps drafting the way they're drafting, especially in the first round, it will be. I mean,
well, yeah, that's
wrap,
fair.
Man.
They're late round picks are doing better than their first.
I'll tell you who it is a wrap for, and who it should have been a wrap for like 2-3 years ago. Pete Carroll. This man should have lost his job.
I think
like 2-3
he's
years
the
ago.
issue. I think he's the issue.
Well, I think the coaching in general is the issue. I just think if you're looking at the team and looking at what they have right now, it's never a situation with that much talent on the team where I'm willing to call that team dead. I'm just not.
By the way, I just really want to quickly ask, because Hakeem asked this a couple times. He said, who do you think they're going to draft? This was in reference to the Eagles when we brought up Jalen Hurts. So if the quarterback is out of the question, who are they going to draft?
I'm going to keep saying this. If there truly is one true benevolent God, he will let us see the Eagles draft another North Dakota State quarterback at number 6 overall. I need it. I need it. Please, just let it happen. Give it to me. I don't ask for much in life.
If they're smart, they'll take Surtain or Kyle Pitts or Devontae Smith right there.
Yeah, like that.
Okay, I'm seeing information here. I'm on. If you guys know who the football analyst is, he's like an insider for, but like Instagram account for NFL. And he says that they still have $18 million in cap because somebody else had also said that the $75 million is total incentives. And only counts towards $26 million towards the cap this year.
Okay.
So how does that work with the incentives?
I'm telling you, man.
His incentives must be insane. His incentives.
Yeah. How does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know.
So basically, when you do a contract, and I'm not like super duper smart on contracts and cap and all that, but I do know this. So when you have incentives, they don't count against your cap because they are either like likely to be earned or unlikely to be earned.
So if he doesn't earn it. 26.
So like an unlikely to be earned would be win a Super Bowl, right? You win a Super Bowl, we'll give you $20 million. So his contract is going to have a whole bunch of little incentives in it. Make the Pro Bowl,
right?
2-to-1 interception turnover ratio.
Yeah.
It's classic incentives like that, which is what I've always thought incentives were. Why is everyone saying that he's going to get 75 this year?
Well, because people see that number
up to 75.
Yeah, up to 75.
No. The language has consistently been Schefter has said it's going to be 75 this year, but only some of it's going to count against the cap.
I think that's what he meant.
He's trying
to drive some clicks, you know.
I guess.
Now the thing that goes with that, if he gets those incentives, I think it counts against the cap next year.
Yes, some of those incentives will count against the cap next year because.
And if he gets those incentives, they may get a Super Bowl, but they'll be screwed for like the next 3-4 years.
Right, yeah, but you're talking about the incentives, and that just sounds like normal incentives. So why are people so confident he's going to get 75? Because Schefter is saying it like he's already on paper getting 75.
That's a question you're going to have to ask Schefter.
Yeah,
but real quick.
Hold on. I'm texting real quick.
No. Schefter said it right here. Schefter said it right here. Dak Prescott's salary cap number for this season will be $22.2 million instead of the $37.7 that would have come along with the franchise tag, a savings of $15.5. So it's only now they're saying $22.2 million. It's only
so when is this going to kick in? What year is it actually going to kick in?
When are they spreading this money out then?
What do you mean, the incentives?
Over the life of the contract.
Are they just backloading the hell out of it then?
Probably.
Yeah.
Jesus,
that's backloading the heck out of that contract.
That is
smart.
bad.
Backload the shit out of that
contract. Because he's about if it's an average of $40 million a year and he's only getting paid about 20, like just over 20. Damn, he's gonna be paid a lot of money.
Yeah, one of those years he's gonna be at 75 million.
Well, and they've got young talent on that roster. They're gonna have to pay.
Well, and keep in mind, the NFL just did a bunch of deals with all the networks, so that salary cap is getting ready to shoot up next season. It's gonna shoot up.
Which any specific, like, do you know any of the specific deals? PTA?
I mean, I read somewhere that they deals with all the major labels, right? All the major labels, all major networks, NBC,
ESPN, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox.
All those deals are done.
Are we adding another network? Are we adding another network? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of some. Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot about Nick.
Whoa,
I wouldn't.
That,
oh,
that,
God.
that Nickelodeon broadcast was dope. I don't.
It
care
was
what
cool,
no one
but like
says.
for the
That
memes,
Nickelodeon-
it was.
I
Cool
thought it
for
was
the
cringy.
memes.
That Nickelodeon
Listen,
broadcast.
that's
I thought it was
that's
cringy
what
as hell.
exactly. Now I think it was
You know
cool.
What? You know what? That's because you're an asshole, Nate. That's because you're an asshole.
I mean,
I've been
let's
waiting
be
to
real.
call you an asshole to your face.
That's
You
why I
can-
think
that's why
everything in
Twitch
life.
chats-
They
you can
have
Twitch
a
text me
they
and
have a
ask-
Falcon. They have a
you're an
Falcon
asshole.
and Spider-Man relationship. Falcon and Spider-Man, the actors. You guys
Yeah.
answer like them. What should we call it? I don't know what I was gonna
Tom
say.
Holland
Oh, yeah.
and Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. They have.
I
a
was
relationship
gonna
like that.
say, let me get Mike's comment here. Other just regular NFL offseason
Yeah.
news.
Oh yeah.
Franchise
yeah.
tags. Marcus May has been tagged, and Brandon
Great
Sharp
player.
has been tagged.
I saw
Yep.
both of that.
I could see
Sheriff
that
is going to be
coming.
pretty expensive, isn't he?
Yeah, one thing I didn't see coming as much as Sheriff because he gets hurt a lot. I don't know why they would want to keep him around for a franchise tag.
Who knows?
Because what's the franchise tag for a guard right now? What is it, like around freaking 14?
Oh, it looks like I'm making a video tomorrow because Joe Judge is going to be talking to the media with Dave Gettleman, apparently.
Yeah.
What? Both
Dude,
of them
how
at the same time?
unplugged are you right now, Pest?
Video tomorrow.
I'm
super
unplugged about it.
Yo, listen.
By the way-
I'm super unplugged right now. I'm super unplugged because Giants Twitter is pissing me off to the point where
I agree.
I just stopped paying attention.
No,
Fair.
Pat,
Yeah.
go ahead and
Oh,
give us your
snap.
feelings right now.
Hey! I didn't know that they released Core.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah.
I just got home from work, so I didn't see nothing happen.
Oh, it's in the
Yeah.
title.
That
the
was a
title?
given.
I'm sorry, man. You just sent me the link and I just hopped in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I had to unplug from.
So listen,
That's why I
man.
haven't been
Everything that I've been saying so far in my video is coming true. Cody
except
Core.
for Toilolo.
Toilet, yeah, that restructured deal is stupid, man. Let me see if
It's not
That's
stupid.
just
Yes,
one of the
it
smartest
is.
things.
No,
he's
it's
done.
not. How is it stupid? Explain.
He was supposed to make
Because-
2.5 million. He's probably going to
because-
make like 1 million.
No, because he was due $4 million, and
No, he was due 2.95.
He was due 2.95.
Yeah, 2.9.
really, I thought it was 3.95.
And
Can't be
even
straight
so-
capping here,
even
dude.
so, it doesn't matter what he was due. Is that they're restructuring the contract, and we get to keep a player that knows the system already.
For a lot
We
less
don't have to
money.
be
This is
signing
what I
another tight
said.
end
This
regardless.
is what I said in my video for the people on, and I agree with Pest with
They
Giants
didn't
Twitter.
update this.
The people on Giants Twitter that were freaking out over it. First of all, you're freaking out over literally probably not a contract you should be freaking out of. People that were freaking out about it are the same dudes that were saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be good this offseason because Judge is gonna have a bigger say." So I'm like, when Gettleman does something that they perceive as bad, it's only Gettleman. Judge isn't involved. I'm like, guys, we got to realize the coaching staff definitely had a say in this because they saw some in Toilolo to bring him back. I personally,
Sports fans.
I
Gotta love 'em.
personally don't
He's gotta-
like Toilolo,
he's gotta-
but I said that means he
Do we know
definitely
how
did
much
some
the
for
structured
Kitchens.
deal is?
That hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't
It's
come
a
out yet.
lot less, though.
So I was like,
Yeah.
he
It'll be
definitely did
less.
some for Kitchens, and there's
Hey.
one of two things. It's either we're gonna be using him more, or call me crazy. I think
That
this
we're
is a
getting
sign
rid of
that
Evan.
we're moving Evan
Yeah,
Ingram.
You've said that, and
that's-
I don't
that is-
think so.
No,
That's the
I don't
first
think
thing I
that's a
thought
sign
about.
of moving Evan Ingram because he's not a catching tight end.
No, I'm not saying
He's like-
directly because of Toilolo. I'm saying because Toilolo is going to be our number 2 now, and Smith's going to be the number 1.
I don't think they like Caden Smith.
No.
I don't think they like Caden Smith at all.
I don't
And
think
besides,
Jason-
they've already
I don't
said
think
they.
Garrett likes
There was an
Jason
official
Hyde.
statement from someone that said they really liked the tight end room they had.
No,
There was an
no,
official
that-
statement saying
was-
that we're not trading Odell.
There was
That's
a,
true.
that
That's a fair point.
some-
Yeah, that's a fair
some
point.
Rando on Twitter. I saw that. That was some rando on Twitter.
As far as
I
listen,
thought
as
someone
far
had a
as-
blue check mark that said that.
As far as Levine Toilolo goes, right?
Oh yeah, and this is
The
another
reason
good one
why-
to bring up as well: the Dolphins and Titans trade.
Yeah,
What?
Wilson, Isaiah
Oh,
Wilson.
yeah,
Isaiah
they
Wilson,
said
bro.
offensive
They
tackle.
traded Isaiah Wilson.
I mean, Isaiah Wilson's been an
Why the
absolute
hell would
bust up
Miami
until
take
this
that
point.
guy?
I said the same thing. I'm like, I'm surprised there's a team that's willing to take.
Wasn't
a
this
chance
guy
on him.
a second rounder?
First rounder.
He was a first
He's a
rounder.
first rounder. Do you have to pay first round money to a tackle?
No, Titans
And
ate some of it.
he's gonna play? They
Titans
ate
ate some of it. Yeah.
But
Oh, wow. They paid to get
is
rid
that
of
dude the biggest like recent bust?
Oh
He
yeah,
has
hell
to
yeah.
be.
Not
No
the
doubt.
biggest bust, but the fact is that he never.
He was a first rounder that played 3 snaps last year.
No, I know, but he was a late first rounder. I mean, come on. I mean, he's a bust, yeah, but not one of the biggest busts in history. I mean,
No, it's
I
not
no,
a
would-
he
recent
said-
history.
He said recently.
recently.
Yeah.
I
past
mean,
5
Corey
years.
Davis is more of a bust than Isaiah Wilson is.
No
Corey
way.
Davis?
No
Corey
way.
Davis was drafted fifth overall. What are you talking
At
about?
least Corey Davis played more than 3
Right.
snaps.
That doesn't
Corey Davis
matter.
At least
More
Corey Davis
touchdowns.
It
showed up.
doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
KB,
The
at
guy
least
was
Corey
drafted-
Davis
Let me
showed
show
up
you
to
the draft
camp
class. Let me show you the
with the
draft.
correct way he was supposed to show up to and made the team. At least he did that.
Draft
Isaiah
fine.
Wilson couldn't
He
even make
was a
the
major
team.
part of the team this
Corey
year.
Davis is a bust. Listen, it doesn't matter. Listen, when you guys think of bust, you guys are thinking that he's a trash player. A bust means he was not of the value.
No, I
that
know.
he was drafted in.
I'm well aware.
He's a
But
bust.
again, at least he was a productive player.
Toward
This guy, Isaiah Wilson, is
okay.
amazing.
No, hold on. Go ahead and pull up Corey, because obviously you guys didn't look at Corey Davis statistics in the past couple of years. This year was fine. 800 yards, fine. Go look at his past years.
No, I know he wasn't good, like as his value. I'm aware of that.
He said
But
to pull it up. I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay,
All right.
890
But at least he
891,
played and was
good.
a productive member of the team.
Right.
Isaiah Wilson played 3.
Right,
Count them
okay,
3 offensive snaps.
Okay, but listen, but wasn't he drafted like 26th overall or something like that?
He's still a first round pick.
That's
It
a bigger
doesn't
bust
matter.
than Corey Davis is. That's a way
No,
bigger
it's
bust.
how is that a bigger bust than Corey Davis is?
Because Isaiah Wilson couldn't make the first team.
Okay,
bro.
but you have to look at the value of the pick.
You
A
keep
fifth
saying this.
round
It does
pick.
not matter.
I mean, a 5th overall pick. You know how much it takes to trade up to a fifth overall pick?
I agree
how
with you. You have to look
valuable
at the
it is.
value, but at least for his value, he
I
gave them.
guarantee
At
you.
least he was
Every
putting up
time.
wide
I
receiver 2
guarantee-
numbers his entire time in Tennessee.
Guarantee you. You ask the Tennessee Titans if they would have took Corey Davis or any team rather in the first 15 picks, if they would have took Corey Davis, they would have said no.
Ask
The
anybody
same
if
would
they
be
would have
said
even
about Isaiah
drafted
Wilson.
Isaiah Wilson and they'd say no.
Yeah, of course, but listen.
Yeah, of course, but you're
Wait,
wrong
you know
and
what?
I'm
Listen,
right.
listen.
No.
Me and Nate have been going at this. Let me hear what Pest and Big Pat have to say on it with the Isaiah Wilson thing versus Corey Davis.
Isaiah Wilson is way bigger bust than Corey Davis will ever be.
Thank you.
That doesn't make any
Corey
sense.
Davis, according to what you're saying, Kid Blue, he is a bust, but he's not as bad as Wilson. Come on, man. Jeffrey Okudah is a bigger bust than Corey Davis, if you want to put it that way.
Of course. He was drafted 3rd overall. Yes, he's a bust.
Corey
doesn't
Davis has done something in the NFL. He just hasn't done what he was supposed to do, but he's done something.
He was a wide receiver 2 consistently.
Okay. What would you rather miss out on? A 26th overall pick or a 5th overall pick?
Right,
Obviously,
but
the
it-
26.
I'd rather miss on
At
a
least
receiver
he's
than an offensive
playing.
tackle.
All right, so
I'd
who was
rather
the
miss
bigger-
on a receiver than an offensive tackle.
You think? Listen, the reason why they didn't even take his 5th-year option. That shows how much they like Corey Davis. They don't like him at all.
What?
They traded Isaiah
They
Wilson.
traded Isaiah
One
Wilson.
year.
Oh my
And
God.
8 his contract.
Right.
A fifth overall pick, you would expect to take his 5th-year option, then potentially re-sign the guy. You guys have this value thing so out of whack.
Dude, you are the only one that thinks this. Everyone here disagrees with you. Everyone in chat disagrees with you. All right, fine. Pest, you and KB then.
That man was a 26th
No, I'm
pick
just-
overall, and he got traded for a 7th round pick.
Yo, they just
No,
traded-
they swapped
year
7.
They
in.
swapped 7.
Swapped
He
seven.
He didn't
Yeah.
even get the 7th. They
Oh,
swapped the
they
7th.
said, just take this dude. We don't want him. Just take him.
They paid to get rid of him. Let's be clear here.
Maybe you're right.
You
Listen,
take
you're
him,
right
we'll
in the
give you
fact that
something.
Corey Davis is a bust. He is a bust because he was taken
Yeah.
5th overall.
Yeah,
but
I'm
the
not-
bigger bust is still Isaiah. He's a bigger
Yeah.
bust.
I mean, yo. I
Doesn't
mean,
make any
listen.
sense. If you
If you're a 1st round pick and they trade you
Hold on.
away and swap 7th round picks for
Yeah,
you,
man. It was
you guys are
essentially.
looking at it, you guys are looking at it with a different point of
Hey
view.
yo,
You guys are looking at
hey yo, KB man, I don't really like Xbox man. So why don't you take this Xbox? I'll drive it down to Florida and give you $100 to take it. That's what just happened just now.
you do know
Just
Corey
happened.
Davis is about to get a 2nd contract, right?
That's what just happened, man.
Okay, he's about to get a 2nd contract, but not at where he was valued at. You got
And Isaiah Wilson might not even get a 2nd contract.
Isaiah Wilson might not even play again.
Here's what you're missing out on. How many late first rounders really? Listen, I get. He was he barely played any snaps or whatever. But how many late first rounders really work out at the end? Like seriously, be real. Look at a lot of these late first rounders. DeAndre Baker. Are we really crying about DeAndre Baker right now? Even though we traded up for him.
Yeah.
I'm not
If we had DeAndre Baker,
We need a cornerback
Yes,
too,
we
bro.
are.
I'm
Hey,
not
do
crying
we
about
not-
DeAndre
do we
Baker.
not need a corner
I'm not
too?
crying about DeAndre Baker.
Do we not need a corner too? does not need a corner too.
I'm not crying. Okay,
Hey,
wait,
y'all take care, man.
Hold on.
I'll be down
You
here
guys
under
let
my
me know
desk,
in
man.
the
Y'all have a good
entire
night.
offseason, in the entire offseason, so in this offseason, right? Have we mentioned DeAndre Baker once? Like, oh my God, this is because
Yes!
we're screwed up. No, we have not. Are you?
In the
Nick,
beginning of the
I'll
offseason,
tell you
you
this
don't
right
think
now.
anybody
How
was
many
saying,
lives?
oh, we need
How
a
many
CB. It would be so much better if DeAndre Baker hadn't busted. You don't think anybody said that?
So yes, but nobody's out here saying, "Oh my God, we gotta go. We have to go corner in the first round."
Hey, yo, BBS.
Because that we traded up, we're all screwed up in the draft.
BBS. Hey, yo, BBS, I got a question for you, BBS. Hey, man, they drug test y'all at the post office?
Only when we get hired. Only when we get hired. So it's
And then
been,
they don't drug test you no more?
it's been 2 years.
Cool.
So
That makes sense. I'll be back down here. All right, y'all.
Let me get this super chat before we get more wild. Shout out to Mike Nixon for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Mike. He says, to be fair, Okuda was pretty hurt much all year. I don't think he's a bust just yet. Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, we're kind of saying this is the same logic as with Isaiah Wilson, because in that sense, you can also technically say he's not a bust yet either. But like we're saying so far, as from what we've seen as of yet, I think is what we're all saying.
And to get back to the original point, I can't believe any team would take a chance.
So hold on,
him.
check this out. Okay, these are the players that went after Corey Davis. Okay, Jamal Adams, Mike Williams. Okay, Christian McCaffrey.
You can do this with Wilson too.
Patrick Mahomes.
You can do this with any player.
Lattimore, Deshaun Watson.
You can do this with any player.
Yes, but what I'm saying is how high he was drafted. Corey Davis is the least of the talent besides Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, we're not going to talk about it. Or Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas is a huge bust, obviously because of where he was drafted at. You look at Corey Davis, I honestly think if Tennessee would be in a lot better position. All right, I had a couple of Tennessee Titans friends. During that time, they loved Jamal Adams. I think they would be way better off if they had drafted Jamal Adams because of that.
Okay. You know what? Let me ask you something straight up then, KB. Let me ask you something straight up.
We missed out.
Would you rather draft Corey Davis at 5 or Isaiah Wilson at 26? Knowing what happened.
Yeah, look at his face.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the moment there.
But listen.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
That just
BBS,
ended everything right there.
Why don't you take a
What up,
smoke,
Josh?
Okay.
But listen. At a 5th overall pick to get.
Would you take him at 5 over Wilson at 26? Yes or no question?
I wouldn't take any.
Oh,
I wouldn't
man.
take any. Listen.
This man copping out so hard.
Just looking at listen. When you look at it, people are going to be like, "Oh man, we missed out on Jamal Adams. We missed out on even Patrick Mahomes.
Hey,
or they had Marcus
They
Mariota."
missed out. You know who
missed-
Falcons?
Hey,
They had
chat.
no, I
who
would
the
have
Titans
drafted
missed out on?
Marshawn Lattimore fifth
Guess who the
overall.
Titans missed out on? The Titans missed out on Antoine Winfield in an offseason where they lost Logan Ryan.
He went all the way in the second round.
Hey, chat. Listen, I'm gonna say something that I normally never say, okay? But like y'all know how big I am on like supporting this community or whatever. But if y'all could do me a favor, okay? If y'all could just take back the 35 likes you put in this channel so that we can get BBS the fuck out of here.
Leave the
Hey,
likes
don't do
there.
that to Hub. Okay,
Leave the likes.
listen.
Take all the likes back.
Listen what I'm saying. In
Jesus
the past, how many years have wide receivers even gone top 5?
KB, you have
Look at
yet
that.
to answer the question.
Look at that.
Who would you take? Corey Davis at 5 or Isaiah Wilson at 26?
Because of production, I would have to go Corey Davis. But
Exactly. So that
And
means-
thus he's the smaller bust.
But listen, if I had a first round pick late in the first round and it wound up not working like we did in DeAndre Baker, I'm not crying about it. I'm crying more that we missed out on those players like Patrick Mahomes and Jamal Adams for a guy
Okay,
that was
so let me get this straight then. Let me get this straight. All right. So
Okay.
you're saying that this is what I'm getting from you. You're saying that you believe that Isaiah Wilson is the bigger bust, but you know that if you had to pick one of the two for
Isaiah
production,
Wilson's not the biggest bust.
no, I said bigger than
He's
Corey
not the
Davis.
bigger
Oh,
bust.
sorry, other way around. You're saying Corey Davis is the bigger bust, right?
Okay.
But because of production, you would take him at 5 over Wilson at 26. So you're saying that you would be willing to take who is the bigger bust. You would rather take the bigger bust.
That's what you're telling us. That's what
so if you're gonna say that he's the bigger bust, and you would still pick the bigger bust.
I just thought about this because you tried to hit me with the reactionary, quick reactionary. You know why I would take Isaiah Wilson? I would take Isaiah Wilson because 5th overall, I could have got Jamal Adams. I could have got Patrick Mahomes.
But it's a different draft.
Exactly, it's a different draft. Thank you. So it's a different draft, right? So it's not the same draft. So you're giving me an option. Who would I rather draft?
What pick would you rather make? Corey Davis at 5 or Isaiah Wilson at 26?
You know what? I'd rather go Isaiah Wilson 26.
I'd
I'd rather go Isaiah Wilson 26. I'd rather go Isaiah Wilson 26.
Hey, this is a wrap, y'all. Hey, y'all have a good night, man. We out.
I'd rather take Isaiah Wilson 26. I'm not getting no damn number 2 receiver.
I gotta get something to drink anyway, man.
Top 5 in a draft, not taking a number 2 receiver. Not doing it. Not doing it.
I only came back because he's the only one here, and I'm not letting him spread this slander.
I don't even like wide receivers in the first round. You guys think I'm actually gonna like a number 2?
Who cares?
And top 5 of the first.
So you're telling me that you would rather draft the player that doesn't play?
First of all, shout out to Josh.
We already had DeAndre Baker.
Shout out to Calvin.
I already lived through it.
You're out of your mind.
In the chat. Brooklyn still has yet to hit me up in the DM.
Listen, you guys think this is way off from like the DeAndre Baker situation. We're still alive and we're still fine and we're looking on to the future. You guys
but okay. So you want to roll with the DeAndre Baker comparison, right? Let's roll with DeAndre Baker comparison. Would you rather have taken, say, DeAndre Baker there or Corey Davis at 5? What would you have rather done? Guy that's off the team in 1 year. With whatever his off-field crap was, would you rather have the guy that's off the team in a year or Corey Davis?
If I knew, here's the thing: if DeAndre Baker didn't have the issues he had, I would still take DeAndre Baker.
Well, right, but that's part of it.
The same production. No, but at the time,
if he didn't suck, I'd take him.
But we're talking about you're right because I equate to Isaiah.
Okay. So the question still stands: would you take DeAndre Baker, the guy who's off the team in a year and will never do anything for you, or Corey Davis at 5?
Man, I don't want to take any of them. I don't want to take any of them.
But this is the decision.
No, it's not the decision. It's different drafts.
It's
different drafts. I could have gone
all
different directions in both drafts.
We need to steer it back to Giants. I got
one thing though. Let's be fair to DeAndre Baker too, because it turned out that he was innocent.
I said that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put that out there. That man.
Are we sure?
KB. I'm convinced KB's just out here looking for fights today.
No, but you know what it is? I was vouching. I was vouching for DeAndre Baker the whole time, and then we hear the story about his lawyers paying off people and giving people bribes, and then they all of a sudden recant all their statements.
We're not about to get into DeAndre Baker. That's
we're not about to do it. But there's something fishy there. There's something fishy there. Don't act like this guy. Listen, let's just say this. Don't act like DeAndre Baker was a little saint there just being there playing Madden. All right,
I will say that, yeah. But the first Giants related question in a while for Viz in the chat, who's getting a little angry. Viz, it was a question that you guys asked with the Wilson thing.
If Viz is the one that wants us to get to Giants stuff, I want to continue this debate.
You guys won't like my answer. How much I would pay Kenny Galladay?
F Viz, man, get out of here, Viz.
Screw Viz. This ain't history.
It's been like an hour.
Get the hell out of here, man. Why don't you go play some video game on Twitch?
It's been like an hour, so you good.
Oh, fuck you, Viz. Fuck you, Viz.
All right. So how much would you pay for Kenny? Let me start off. KB said we're not gonna like it, so we're gonna get to you last because you chose violence. Let's go from
he really is. He's waking up and he's not choosing violence though. He's choosing the pillow fight. That's what KB's choosing today. Ain't no real violence happening here.
Oh man.
So yeah, how much would you pay for Galladay there, Nate?
Me, I'm gonna say some people might disagree with this, but just considering the injury issues, I'm probably gonna cap it at let's say 18.5.
For how many years?
There you go, Nate. There you go.
Per year.
Yeah.
Good job, Nate.
Well, give me like a length though for how many years?
I'd sign him to 4.
Okay. Pest, what about you?
Pest is deep in thought.
Money, man.
Oh no, but that's just the market now.
Okay, so
I understand.
He did turn down 18, but he didn't want to play for the Lions anymore.
Right. I mean, Pest, take a hit, think about it, maybe meditate, sleep on the decision.
He
While
turned down
Pest-
18.
While Pest
I
is
still,
thinking
because I
on
still
that.
gotta pay Big Cat, man. I'm still paying Big
By
Cat.
by,
his
by the
money.
time
you're
by the
freaking
time
crazy,
Pest gets
bro.
back and is ready to answer, he will have already signed a contract. We're fine.
While
It's fine.
Pest is,
Pay Big Cat, man.
while Pest is thinking, KB Galladay contract.
Yo, you skip Pat.
Go to Pat.
Pat, you go then.
All right, I'm gonna think like a GM here. I'll bring him in on the flight. I tell him 17 million with incentives. If he doesn't accept that, the highest I'm going is what Nate said, 18.5, but I'm only giving him 3 years. I can't give him 4
There we
years.
go. Something we could
Fair.
agree on.
I can't give him 4 years, and I'm making
Wait.
it where I could get out that contract after 2 because
Hold on, this is the thing that KB thought was going to be controversial, not wanting to pay
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay.
Well, because you know how people are always going off about wide receiver. I'll pay a wide receiver. I don't like wide receivers.
Fair. I thought KB was going to come on here and say, I'm going to pay Kenny Galladay 25.
No. Here's the thing. All right, so you got to think. All right, I'm gonna quickly for all the obviously not the panel because we're all in congruence here. But there
Logan
are
in
some
the
people,
chat.
there's some people. Yeah, the chat wants freaking Kenny Galladay. Twitter wants
show
Kenny
what
Galladay.
Logan just said, Hub.
Oh, Logan refuses to.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna quickly read off Kenny Galladay stats for any Kenny Galladay believers out there. Okay, his rookie year. Granted, what was he picked at as far as draft? Where was he drafted at?
He was like a second rounder.
Yeah, I think
second or third.
round pick.
Okay, second round pick, guys. Second round pick, and this is on a not so good wide receiving core for the Lions, so it's not that hard to go ahead and work up the ranks. So started 5 games, played 11, had 48 receptions. 28 receptions for 477. All right, that's year 1. 3
Not great.
touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. 2018, he eclipsed 1,000 yards with 1,063. Got 5 touchdowns. All right. 2019, his best season, had 116 targets, only caught 65 of them, and 1,190 yards, a career high 11 touchdowns, his best year, and it was a pretty decent year. And then this year, riddled by injuries, only played 5 games, started 5 games, 2 touchdowns, 338 yards. You telling me, Giants Twitter is trying to tell me they want to pay this guy over $20 million.
And Pest, you take it from
This
there.
guy
man.
has never seen 1,200 yards.
It seems that Pest has come to a decision. Quiet in the back, please.
I'm giving him a maybe 2 years. Maybe I'll give him 2 years. I'm
gonna
give
say
him
Does he take 2 years?
Hold on,
Does he
let me get my contract real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Like what Pat was saying, when you tell him, you gotta give the conversation to him before he gets on the plane, right? Before he gets over here.
No, once he gets on the plane, he gets over here.
Gets on the plane, okay. As a someone in business, you always got to start off with your lowest offer. And my lowest offer is 16 million. If he still wants to negotiate, then we negotiate. But my offer is at 16. His offer could be at 20. We can meet somewhere dead center.
See, I thought when you said I'm gonna start with my lowest offer, I was expecting I'm gonna offer him 12 million and then I'll lowball him.
Well, you gotta get them on the plane, because if you tell them anything lower than something reasonable, they're just gonna get off the plane.
16 could be that for Kenny G. He wants a lot of money.
It could be. But if I say
16
I'm
does
over,
not get Kenny Galladay on the plane, sir.
well,
Yeah.
I'll say 16, but you have to get your agent, and he has to convince me. There we go.
All right, so
Pest, what are you
Pest
thinking?
Pest is continuing
Okay.
to contemplate.
So I'm looking at salaries in the NFL. Okay, so Amari Cooper is making 20 on average. Brandon Cooks is making 16.2 on average. Michael Thomas is making 19 and a quarter on average. Odell Beckham is making 18. All right, the average is about 17. Now we're looking at a 27-year-old wide receiver. Had a injury riddled year, and even though he's like a beast, I can't in good conscience give this man some super long term deal.
Fair.
That's why I said 3 years.
So that's 2,
Oh
maybe
my God.
3, 2, maybe 3, and I'm looking at I really don't even want to offer him 16, but I'm like, hey man, 16 with some incentives, like 16 with some incentives. You're gonna have to hit some marks to get extra paper around here. Like
Sure.
I can't in good conscience give this man 18 fucking million. I can't do it.
And I will say,
you gotta
I think
prove it.
For me, any of these receivers in free agency, I just don't want to sign any of these guys personally because I think what it comes down to is that if I want to go out and spend some of our precious cap space because we really need all we can get of it, instead of bringing back guys that we should re-sign that I like that have already been in this team, it's got to be someone that I know is going to come and be a dynamic wide receiver one. And if there's only like a couple of guys on the market that might not even hit the market that could possibly be that for us, and we're going to have to way overpay them anyway. So then I look at the next tier down, and I think, do I really want to expend my free agency money for a player that I don't even think is going to be as good as someone I might get in the draft, which would be much, much cheaper? Because I'll tell you what, there's second rounders I like a whole lot better than some of these guys people are talking about. There's second rounders I like a whole lot better than Corey Davis. There's second rounders I like a whole lot better than Curtis Samuel. Hey. So I look at that and I think, why am I going to spend money on this? I'd rather just keep what we have and build through the draft.
Nate, let me expound on that, man. Pest, Hub, KB, Nate. With the wide receiver class this free agency, do you legit feel, the top two people, do you legit feel that Kenny Galladay or Allen Robinson makes us that much better on offense to where you would give him 18 to 20 million a year?
Not really. At that price.
No.
Okay, you said that, right? You said that, right?
Yeah.
I totally agree. No receiver that's in the free agency makes me feel that makes our offense that much better.
Right.
For the price.
Yeah, for the price.
For the price, yeah.
I don't want the Giants to waste any money on any free agent.
Draft the wide receiver, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm
saying.
And here's the thing, too, guys. Here's the thing you need to think about. Okay? Gettleman already is not a wide receiver. He's not one of those fancy pick guys. If we were to get a Kenny Galladay, we're not going wide receiver in the first.
Yeah.
True.
We're not.
And I will say,
I like the second round receivers way better than I actually like people like Kenny Galladay.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Nico Collins brings everything Kenny Galladay brings, plus he's bigger and he's stronger and he doesn't get hurt.
Real quick, guys, because these super chats have been up for a minute. Let me get these real quick, and then we'll get back to it. Shout out to Simon Z for the $2 super chat. He says an average player or a non-existent player, not a debate. Back to the Corey Davis, Isaiah debate. And shout out to Tudo Zori for the $5 super chat. He says, "Shout out my Giants Pisanos. How you doing, fellas? Or how all you fellas doing? I can't even read properly.
How you all fellas doing?
Just dropped in to pay my respects. Forget about it." And then PJ, he's going to be the next question. I'm going to leave it up here on Will Hernandez. But, yeah, you guys could continue with the wide receiver thing.
Yeah, and I think sorry, finish your thought, my bad.
Yeah, and I like Rashad Bateman, or if Waddle falls to us at 11, way better than anything that's in free agency.
Absolutely.
So we don't have to spend $20 million on a rookie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't want them to spend any money on receivers in free agency.
And that's
Peace out, Joseph. Thank you for tuning in.
And I think when you look at the bigger thing on top of that is, like, I think I look at some of these Giants signings that have worked out this past year. I look at Blake Martinez, and I look at a guy like James Bradbury, who are sort of the diamonds in the rough. And you look at this wide receiver class, and I just don't see anybody that's gonna be worth a contract as much as they'll get. Versus we got James Bradbury and Blake Martinez on really good contracts for what they ended up doing for us. And I look at guys like Curtis Samuel, for example, who a lot of Giants fans are in love with as a free agent signing. I look at what we're going to have to pay him, which is a fair sum, not $20 million, but we're going to have to pay him a fair amount of money, definitely enough so that we can't re-sign Leonard Williams. And I think to myself, man, is he going to change this offense? No. And again,
draft in the first and fourth or first and sixth. That should be the plan.
And then I think about some other things Giants fans are saying. Well, if he's not going to change it, then let's sign him and take a receiver. And I just think that's dumb as hell. Why are we wasting the money on that? We already have 2 out of 3 of our starting receivers, right? We have Shep and we have Slayton. And that's who we want to roll with our slot weapon and our deep stretch Z on the outside. We just need the third piece. So if you're going to pay a guy like Curtis Samuel to be a depth guy, what's the point?
what I was, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on it because it was in my video, and we never talked about it before. And I was going through all the wide receiver free agents. What do you guys think paying a guy like Josh Reynolds, who is a legitimately good number 3 guy, like $6.5 million, just to add some depth when we get a first-round receiver?
The problem with that is KB.
Mm-hmm.
Only receiver we need to be signed is somebody that we feel could be playing on that outside and be a number 1. Because Josh Reynolds doesn't bring that.
Okay,
we already have Shepard. We already have Dante Pettis. I believe Dante Pettis and him are like the same type.
Okay, but Josh Reynolds is an outside guy. He's outside.
But he's not a number 1.
Why do you need a number 1?
I think KB's more saying for depth here.
Why do you need a number 1 when you're going to go draft?
We already have depth. Why would you waste $6 million?
We don't have outside depth, though. We have slot depth. We need outside depth. So I can get what KB's saying. My thing here is that he said the example he brought up was $6.5 million, and I'm not sure what Josh Reynolds' his situation is relative to what people think he's going to earn. If we can get a guy like that in here who can play on the outside as a depth guy for $6.5, I won't be mad about it. I just think if you're talking about real solutions to our wide receiver problems, that's not it. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying.
Hold on. Everybody keeps talking about how you want to build through the draft. Me and Fisk had a heated debate about rebuilding in the draft. Why does everybody want to fix their problems in free agency? You only help your problems in free agency. You're supposed to help your problem. You're gonna draft a number 1 receiver like Jalen Water. Like he's a Tyreek Hill of this damn draft. If you get a guy like that and complement him with Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds, if you want to know something about him, everybody in the chat, this is a guy that was on a stacked Rams roster and still every season was able to get more and more reps. And
he's an underrated guy for sure.
Right, underrated guy, 50-50 ball guy, 618 yards last season for $6 million. I'd take that all the way. And then getting Jalen Waddle, if we end up with Jalen Waddle, then Darius Slayton, then Sterling Shepard, I think that's pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to go out. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go out and getting over a $10 million receiver one. I'm going to get draft one. You know what I mean? I want to draft my stars, not buy my stars.
So I agree with that because we need the outside depth. We're lacking outside.
So say this: that $6 million that you say that's so small. What if that causes us to lose Dalvin Tomlinson?
That's the thing. I'm not sure that much is what's going to lose it for us.
You guys watch my video? I did.
Yeah, he got Dalvin Tomlinson back.
I got Dalvin Tomlinson back. I saw Hassan Reddick. I got Josh Reynolds. And I was left over. I think.
And you brought back Leo and Dalvin Tomlinson.
No, not Leo.
No, he let Leo walk, which I'm not okay with.
Why would I keep Leo?
Now,
guys,
I'm driving to Florida tonight.
Before we get into the Leo convo, because that's the question after this one. Shout out to PJ for the $2 super chat. He says thoughts on Will Hernandez and KB on some. So we're gonna get to Will Hernandez, then we're gonna get to Leo because I already have Leo questions lined up.
Also, I think before we talk about this, we need the Asians' thoughts on this past.
Yo, where's the Korean at? Hey yo.
Oh,
yo, what the hell?
This man said the Asian.
Nah, I messed it up. It's the Korean. My bad.
But
haven't talked to him in a while.
But she would prefer to talk about the DAK contract. You know, being a nasty, dirty, stinking, disgusting Cowboys fan. Okay, Will Hernandez. Let's talk about.
I forgot about that.
Talking about him.
Yo, God bless you, man.
Hey,
God bless you, Pest.
Listen, man. I mean, I was gonna say something terrible, and I'm not going to. Never mind.
Yo, low-key, Pest forgets his wife watches the stream sometimes.
She does. She does.
You forgot what you
dead.
Yeah, bro.
And like, so are you, Nate.
What the first time I had Pest on, bro?
What the fuck does that mean? You're Asian. You're Asian.
It means exactly what it is.
You're Asian.
But yeah, Will Hernandez.
Will Hernandez.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to dip though. I took tonight off. I'm gonna go rest.
No, we need more Isaiah Wilson debate to annoy the crap out of this.
Love you guys. I'll see you guys around.
Adios.
Great. I got a little of my frustrations out from work. So thank you guys so much. You guys are my outlet. You know. So
Peace.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
You guys
have a good one, bro. But yeah, you were saying.
Ill will is a hell of a situation to me because I still feel like the reason why Will Hernandez did not play more towards the end of the season was because of COVID.
I agree.
I still feel like it wasn't that Lemieux was playing so much better. He was the hot hand. We're gonna go with him. I don't think that's what it is. I think Will was just not in a good physical position to play football at that level. Okay?
Very possible.
If we go back and we look at the players who had COVID, right? Gano looked like he was going to die.
Put Nerding Out Sports comment up.
Mm-hmm. He looked like he was going to die trying to kick that ball. Garrett.
I can't because I have this franchise tag comment highlighted right now.
Myles Garrett looked like he was getting ready to kill over on the field every single week. I personally think that was the reason why Will didn't play. I don't think that they're giving up on Will Hernandez because I think Will Hernandez is a goon.
Agreed.
Okay? He still has some rough edges that need to be smoothed out. He still needs to work on some things in this offseason, which I think he'll be able to. I think we've got a good group of individuals that can get together and work and get better and gel a bit more. But I'm not concerned with Will Hernandez. I think he's going to be fine because he got all that COVID out of his system. That's what I think.
And I think Pets is hitting the nail on the head. I think even if it's not totally COVID, even if they were just kind of going situationally and it was COVID for a few weeks and then he couldn't quite get back in, I think even still, the organization knows Will Hernandez is really a great option for the future moving forward. He's never going to be Quentin Nelson, but he's going to be solid. And I think going forward, the organization knows that he's pretty much what we're going to have once we eventually do move on from Zeitler. Not necessarily this year, but maybe this year, maybe in the future at some point. So I would feel comfortable saying that Will Hernandez will be in the starting lineup next year, be it left guard or right guard. And I think it's very possible we go out and get another guard if we let Zeitler go. But I do think that our starting line for next year, people may hate this, I don't really care. I think next year our starting line from left to right is going to be Thomas, Lemieux, Gates, Hernandez, and then Pert on the outside. That's just what I think it is.
And I love it.
That's what I'm saying. I think over the course of the season, as you saw those guys develop, those are all young guys. As you saw those rookies and Nick Gates, the center who was playing center for the first time, as you saw them take steps and gel, and you saw a little bit of chemistry start working with Lemieux and Thomas, I think that was what the whole point of the shuffling the offensive linemen around was. A lot of people didn't like it, and I said I like what they were trying to do. They were trying to find who the best combinations on each side was, and I think they did that. I think they're going to move forward next year and try and put these young guys in a position to succeed. They have a new offensive line coach coming in who can hopefully solidify that position on the staff for us. I think with the young talent we have on this line, we should be all right.
You know, I didn't really do a season review on my channel because I kind of just took some time off from making content because I can do that.
Called being real life.
I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to make money doing this. I do this for fun. But I legit think that the approach to this year or to last season was really to just figure this thing out. I don't think it was to really go out there and win games. I think it was let's figure out what we got so we can start building on it. So
Agreed.
That's the reason. I agree with the shuffling, and let's just figure out what combinations work, who plays well. Let's figure out some of our core pieces so we can figure out.
I was preaching that for a long time last year.
Building around. I legitimately think that happened, and we just got caught up in the fact that it was a bad year for the NFC East as a whole. So we all got caught up in trying to win a division and trying to make the playoffs. I don't think the coaching staff gave a shit about that. I think they was like, yo, let's figure out what we got so we can make this thing work.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what they did. And notice the lineup that Nate said our offensive line, which is going to be our offensive line, all of them were draft picks by us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why they brought back Pat Fairley. I hope I'm saying it right. Flaherty.
Yeah.
They're going to work.
I'm really happy that they brought him back.
Yeah, they're going to work with those guys. They're all draft picks. That's exactly what they wanted to do. That's a Patriots move. That's what they're doing.
It is.
So, right guard Zeitler, he's done. Unless he takes a major pay cut.
I agree.
You're going to trade him or release him. I already knew this was going to happen when they brought in Shane Lemieux.
I would trade him. I'd be trading him right
Same.
now.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what.
If I could get a third or fourth round pick for Kevin Zeitler, that's worth it.
And I'll tell you what. If Lemieux hadn't gotten COVID, Kevin Zeitler would not be in New York right now. Book it. Because they brought in that guy whose name I forget to be depth
Wait, do you mean
right
Will?
before the trade deadline was coming up.
Do you mean Will?
What?
If Will hadn't gotten
Yeah,
COVID?
Will
What did I say? I forget.
Lemieux.
My
get
bad.
what you're saying.
You know what I mean? If Will Hernandez had not gotten COVID, 110% Zeitler is not in Giants blue right now. I'm not sure where they would have shipped him, but every sign coming out of the organization going into the trade deadline looked like they were about to get rid of Kevin Zeitler. They had Lemieux and Hernandez ramping up the reps. They brought in another depth piece, some random guy whose name I forget, and I would bet money that if Will Hernandez had not gotten COVID, they would have traded Kevin Zeitler and moved on.
Yep.
So Jay the
I
Giants
thought they were
fan-
gonna do that too.
Jay the Giants fan asking, franchise tag Leo, sign Galladay for 18 mil. Let Dalvin walk, draft Pitts, playoff contender, wide receiver 1, Galladay,
Stop
Slayton
it.
at 2, Shepard at 3, Saquon Barkley with Pitts, crazy offense, pick cornerback draft.
First of all, that's not logical because we can't franchise tag Leo and sign Galladay. That's almost
Stop
impossible.
it.
Nope, that's not.
I keep telling people, man, I do not think that any one of these number one receivers make us that much better. I just don't. I can't pay Galladay, Hopkins, or Julio Jones, or Michael Thomas money. He doesn't give me that production. Maybe if I could bring him in for 12, 13 million, that would make the most sense to me, but I can't give a guy like Galladay 20 million who has an injury history and hasn't had the production that $20 million receivers have had. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I will say, do you know what I respect about Logan's Giants Zone? Every stream, consistently, he is bringing the all caps energy. I appreciate that, Logan. Every stream,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
on
match
every
up-
Giants channel.
It doesn't
bringing
match up
the
with
energy.
his midlife crisis calling energy, though. It doesn't.
Right.
It's the opposite.
It is consistent in every chat, in every stream. He is bringing the all caps energy, and I appreciate that, Logan. I appreciate that.
One thing, I ain't been invited to Fish Channel yet, but one thing he said kind of puzzled me. That man said the offensive line doesn't matter.
What?
I almost went crazy in that chat. I said, what do you mean? If we have offensive line, you can't pass or run consistently.
Listen, man.
I'm sorry, was he not watching the second half of Eli Manning's career?
Right.
What?
He was, but he hated Eli, so he didn't care. Like, that's what it was.
Like,
At
that was
point, he
crazy
done
to
with
me.
Eli.
So
Hey,
on
offensive
to,
line,
The
onto
trenches, the
Blizz's.
trenches is all that
Yeah.
matters in football ever. I
Right.
don't care if it's a passing league, a running league, a skipping
I'm sorry,
league,
Hub.
a hopping league. The trenches always matter. Don't care.
I feel so bad. We keep talking over Hub as he's trying to move this stream along.
Yeah, shout out to Blizz. I highlighted his comment because we got a Washington fan in here watching. I always appreciate when other NFC East fans watches because I don't know why you'd be watching a Giants stream, but thank you. He says Washington needs to be more dependable at linebacker, maybe pay for number 2 wide receiver, address the QB situation in the draft, and get a kid from Alabama. Before I even talk about anything, I was low-key capping earlier when I said Daniel Jones is the best QB in the East. I'm not so sure if I'm capping anymore. He's probably the best QB in the East. But what are you guys saying to this Washington fan here?
I think he's hitting on basically what the needs are, but I'm not sure how he plans to address the linebacker position for one, and for two, I'm not sure what their cap situation looks like and
their
how.
cap situation is lovely.
Yeah, they
Is
have
it?
45
Lovely.
million.
They are sitting pretty. They got like 40
No.
cap. They are okay.
They have
All right, fair then. Yeah,
45
go out and
the
sign
best
him then.
position. They are in the best position out of all the NFC East teams.
Then
Yeah.
go out and get Galladay,
They are-
man.
They are fine.
You got that cap, go
100%
do it.
fine. I'm sorry, Kush. I can't agree with that quarterback thing because I think Dak is the best quarterback in the division. I'm sorry.
I
It is
agree.
what it is.
Dak
I
on
It
one
is
leg.
what it is.
Yeah.
Dak on one leg.
Dak and then DJ and then
Dak on one
whoever
leg?
Yeah.
else.
Dak
Huh?
Dak on one leg.
I mean, Dak's on 2 now. Yeah.
I
Sorry,
what
I
I can
got dog
respect
hair in
it.
my mouth.
I
Dak
take
on 2
DJ
legs?
over Dak on one leg though. I'll
Dak
say that.
on
But he's not
legs.
on one leg. Is the
Dak
problem?
on 2 legs now.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is mess around and play the Giants again. He might be on another one leg
I
situation,
mean, listen. I actually had that injury. It's a very easy injury to come back from, man. It's not that.
Yeah,
big.
the doctor said it was really clean.
That's
so.
that's super. That's a super easy injury to come back from, especially with the amount of time that he's had. To
Oh,
just
yeah.
Right.
Rehab,
He sat out.
Get ready.
He's had
Yo,
a full year on.
He's had a long time.
He's gonna be 100% fine. He's not gonna lose any of his ability. The only thing that I think is going to be relatively a situation for him is in his head. Because
Yeah,
I
you're
remember
right, yeah.
coming
The
back from that
psychological
injury and
aspect of
playing
it.
football next year and being a little concerned about breaking my ankle again. But that's
Yeah.
that's easy.
And I think with Dak, my problem with Dak isn't so much the injury. My issue with Dak is that I know they just paid him, and I know that's a sign of confidence. It always is. But honestly, Dak has a lot to prove to me still. Dak, the biggest thing for me, Dak needs to prove that he can win games in the fourth quarter. He needs to prove that to me because he has just not played well in the fourth quarter.
That's all he was doing in the beginning of his career, though. You do know he was getting comeback after comeback after comeback.
But no, I mean the last couple of years in the fourth quarter, he has not been good.
You know what? I think hurt Dak a lot is
Garrett?
when they,
Garrett?
is when they lost. Well, when they had that one guy Moore or whatever his name is as offensive coordinator, and he wants to throw the ball
Kellen Moore.
so much. Kellen Moore. The Cowboys are a different team when they put that ball in Zeke's hands and let him run that offense. I'm just saying they're a whole
Zeke
lot
didn't look
better
too
team.
good this year, though.
I don't know. Zeke looked like he may be falling off a little bit. I mean,
Because
we'll
Dak
see what
Prescott
happens.
wasn't there. You didn't have that. You didn't.
You
have
think it's a
that
1-2 punch type thing?
Yeah, you didn't have that 1-2 punch.
That's fair.
You
I mean,
didn't-
we'll see. This
them
is
as
the
a
year to
1-2
prove it.
punch, Tell me, them as a 1-2 punch wasn't scary when they were getting it going.
Oh, it
Well,
was-
when they were getting it going, and then
they
recently it
haven't
wasn't
gotten
looking
going
so
for a
good.
couple of years though.
And I will say, Pat is talking about giving them a chance to get back on the field, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Dak is not the best quarterback in this division because I think he is, but I'm saying that there's still stuff to prove for these Cowboys. A lot of stuff to prove for me.
And then you got to think they got Michael Gallup, Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb now.
It's a hell of a team.
That defense is still trash.
I do think if we can get a little bit scarier at wide receiver, I do think that the DJ Saquon 1-2 punch can
I agree.
be just as
100%.
scary.
Yes,
100%.
I do
Just
believe
as
so
scary.
as well.
If not more.
Because you can't continue to put cover one on the field and have 8 men in the box.
Exactly.
That Ravens game was absolutely sickening.
Exactly.
They had cover one.
They were calling zero blitz the entire game.
The
Entire
whole
game
game.
zero blitz.
and nobody could get open.
It's not Jones's fault.
Real quick, shout out to Mike Nixon for the $5 super chat. He says Galladay was only hurt last year, though. How does he have an injury history? Was he only hurt last year?
No,
he's had injuries.
First year, he only played 5 games, and this past year, I think he only played 3.
Kenny Galladay, player profiler. One sec.
While
What are you
Nick
gonna pull
pulls
this
that up, real quick, I do want to say, as of right now, in my opinion, the scariest team in the East is Washington because just of where they're at with their team
Let
and
me
the
just
amount
share
of
this
cap
real quick.
space they got. But shout out to Mark Primetime, a Cowboys fan in here. He says, "Have you seen Cowboys YouTubers? LOL. I enjoy the YouTubers more than my team, even though sometimes I want to jump in the stream when you talk about my Cowboys." Well, we talking about the Cowboys right now. This is Galladay's
That's Galladay.
injury thing right here.
It's not terrible, but it's not great. Not a guy I'm feeling good about paying a lot of money to. It's not that bad though.
What dope ass website is that?
The thing I'm scared about is when I'm gonna hit the show more button.
Yeah, just like look up the player name and then like injury player profile or something like that.
I'm scared to hit show more right now.
Oh, they got show more?
Oh, it's not bad. It's just a sprain. We're good. Okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just not good.
A hip injury though, hips, man. Whew.
No bueno.
That's not good.
He got that because the way he plays. He goes up and out.
Yeah, he's a big go up and get it guy. And the thing that concerns me is the consistent strains.
Yeah.
And it concerns me is the route running. We need a route runner.
We need a separator.
We need a separator. He does not get separation like that. He's a good receiver. Don't get it twisted.
He's a go up and get it guy.
He's not $18 million to $20 million man. I'm sorry. He's just
I tend to agree.
So they're asking you to drop the website, and like everybody's asking you to drop the website in the chat.
Just look up player profiler.
And
Yeah, that's a dope ass website. I need that in my
They've got a whole
Right.
lot of data too.
kind of getting off a little Giants just NFC talk right here. Another like trade that went down just this past week. Was it a trade? Or did they just let him? Yeah, they let him walk and he signed J.J. Watt to the Cardinals. What were you guys' thoughts on J.J. Watt going to the Cardinals?
Sadness.
I believe it's a sad move for J.J. Watt, but
Yo, Big Pat's voice wavered, bro.
it's a good move for him. I just don't see why he would go there if he say he wants to win a Super Bowl.
I think for me, when I look at J.J. Watt, first off, the initial reaction is just depression that even happened in Houston. My God, Houston sports is just sad at this current moment. Sorry, but the other thing is, when I look at J.J. Watt and I see him going to the Cardinals, I think he's kind of just buying into the future of this team and buying into the young players being able to gel. Because I kind of see, in a way, what he's going for. There's definitely better spots he could have gone if he wanted to, like you said, win a Super Bowl. But also, I think the thing that gets lost here is how much he got paid, man. He's an old dude with injury concerns that got 5 sacks last year. Name recognition does a whole lot in this league.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about J.J. Watt though.
Point made.
We talk about J.J. Watt though. Like
Point made.
That's what we
Has he been putting up J.J. Watt numbers?
Not really.
It's J.J. Watt though.
He's a better run defender than a pass rusher by a long shot.
So, Pez, if the Giants say we ain't gonna go get Leonard Williams, we'd rather sign J.J. Watt for $16 million. Would you be happy with that?
Oh, you
I
hit him
wouldn't.
with a good question.
I wouldn't. I just don't want to sign J.J. Watt for that much. Period.
Okay,
I got to hear from Pez for this.
$16 million for J.J. Watt. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if I'm paying J.J. Watt 16.
Quiet in the back, please.
I don't know if I'm paying J.J. Watt 16, but I wouldn't be upset if J.J. Watt was on our team. I think.
Whoa, no
You
crap.
got to bring him in for the money that he signed in Arizona with the
Right, yeah.
2.5.
I don't quite know. Okay, let me just take a look at something real quick.
Talk to me.
Arizona.
Test for par.
Arizona.
Quiet on the course, please.
Arizona, shut up. Arizona's got 17 million in cap. That's after the J.J. Watt signing. They got 57 on the roster. I think the Arizona Cardinals are in a very good position to bring in a veteran guy like that. I don't necessarily think the Giants right now are in a position to bring in a player like that. So the Giants right now, no, I wouldn't do it because of the situation this team is in. However, if our roster looked like the Cardinals roster and we were bringing in J.J. Watt and Leonard Williams was going, I'd be like, okay, we can work with that because I think J.J. Watt still brings value. I think he still brings value as a player on that team. And I also think that J.J. Watt can help our young linemen.
True.
Sometimes you're not always just paying for the production on the field. Sometimes you're paying for what you can get in the locker room. Sometimes you're paying for what you can get in the film room, in the classroom. So that's why I think when I saw that J.J. Watt sign with Arizona, I said, I think the Cardinals might be scary. I think the Cardinals might be scary with J.J. Watt there. They might be a little bit more
Shout out
scary.
to Sabrina for dropping the link. Thank you.
And by the way, just what Pes is talking about with the veteran presence, that is Logan Ryan for us right now. Still a good player that can play high-level football and be a huge veteran presence for the defense.
Right.
And by the way, I'm sorry, we got to talk about what Mark Primetime said, which is, would you be okay if the Giants went after Chris Godwin if the Bucs were looking to deal him this season?
Not
and
if
man,
he for $18 million.
it hurts me to say this, but no, I'm not. He's just not what we need right now. He's a great receiver. I believe in him long term. He will be on all of my fantasy teams next year, considering the value he'll be at. But I just don't think he's a fit in Giants blue.
By the way, did you guys wow, Sabrina said hi to Pest, but not to your boy.
Sabrina.
Yo, Pest. It was enough with you saying hi to all the girls. If they start saying it back, you might have some problems.
Listen, no, I won't have.
What do I got to do to get a hi? How many eyes is
Nah.
that?
You know what you gotta do? You know what you gotta do, Hub? You
6
gotta look
eyes.
like Pest does. That's what it is.
You're right. You
Don't
right
look
about
like
that
Pest,
one.
you don't get no love, man.
I gotta have
It's
that
the
hat,
sexy
too.
ass Giants hat. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Hey, that Giants hat is dope, though. I gotta get one.
It is. It's a nice
That
hat.
is dope.
It's a nice hat.
Gotta get credit when credit's due.
Credit to the hat. Yo, credit to whoever made that hat. Yo.
Credit to the hat. Credit to the hat.
It's a starter cap.
But I gotta ask you, Pest, since we on Pest. Hey, that's what I'm talking
There
about.
you go. There you go.
There it
There it
is.
is.
There it is. It hasn't popped up on StreamYard yet, but thank
Hey
you.
man. Hey. You need some. You need some.
Hi.
You need a little
You
bit.
know, I'm actually a little bit parched. I ain't gonna lie. But-
Listen, let me tell y'all something about our boy Kush, man. Let me tell y'all something about our boy.
What is this?
Oh boy.
This dude is dehydrated on Twitter. This man
Wait.
is
No. Pest has been
hydrated
following me on Twitter, bro. Pez has been following my movements on
This
Twitter. It's
dude
over,
is
guys. I'm out.
dehydrated.
Yo, Hub, get out. It's
I'm
done. Leave, just
My
leave.
goodness,
Just leave.
man.
You're
I
done.
love
Yo, he does
That's
have
it.
like 50
This
tweets
man-
in like an hour.
This man is dehydrated. My goodness, man.
What's your
I'm about
proof,
to send
bro?
you a pallet of water.
What's your proof?
Oh.
You got no proof.
Oh, I got all the proof. I got receipts. Don't worry about it.
Yo, I ain't even gonna cap. I am.
Kush
all
can't
right?
even put it
But-
into words right now. He's
but,
struggling.
like,
He's
Yo,
struggling.
listen, man.
Hydrate.
There are like some beautiful things on Twitter, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Absolutely, like it amazes my mind. But getting to Leonard Williams, Pet says he still wants to sign him no matter what. We already established we ain't got that much cap, my guy. How you gonna sign him? We really don't got that much cap.
So here's what I'm going to do. Okay, because I truly believe that this team and this coaching staff and the culture that has been built, and I know there are some people who don't like the word culture, and some people who don't believe in culture being a thing. But as
Those
a guy,
people are stupid, but okay.
But as a guy who has both played and coached football, culture is super ass important. Okay, it's
Right.
super ass important. So I am going to try to rely and lean on the culture that we have built. I feel like the players want to be here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Leonard and I'm going to go, okay, listen, Leonard, I need you to work with me here, brother. Like, I need you to work with me because of the way this cap is going. Allow me to backload you. Allow me to give you a contract that's going to make you happy, but also allow this team to continue to build around you. I feel like you are a part of our future. But in order for you to be a part of our future, we have to put other things around you on both sides of the ball. So allow me to backload you a contract, my guy. Allow me to give you, let me give you 15 this year and 25 next to make up for the 15 from this year. Like, I'm going to try to figure out a way to work within the confines of this imaginary cap, salary cap, because I really don't believe it's a thing with the way some of these contracts are working. But like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lean on the culture. I'm going to lean on the fact that you like being here. You fit well in our system. You fit well with our coaches and our players. But we have to build around you. Let us do that. And I hope that what we've built as an organization is enough to convince him to go, you know what? Yeah, I gotta make sure the team is good at the same time of me being good. Like, that's just what I'm going to try to do.
And Logan is calling out the Hub in the chat, saying that he is on Twitter. Hub, do we need to know about something? Hub, do we gotta hop on and check Twitter right now?
Nah, bro. I can't even scroll through Twitter in peace, bro. What is this? Yo,
Logan be calling you out, dude.
Y'all coming at my neck tonight for no reason, bro. Oh my god.
Dude, you're just on stream with Pest. That's just how it is, dude.
I was literally streaming through, you know what I'm saying? I retweeted something about Dave Gelman and Joe Judge, and I think that was about it. I think that was about it. You know?
Oh, you've been weighing in on this Burger King thing all day today, Kush. Care to share some thoughts?
Shout out to Burger King. Shout out to Burger King.
Wait,
yo.
you support
Shout
what
out
they
to
said?
Burger King. Huh?
You support what they said?
I support what they did.
Which was?
I'm gonna weigh all the way out here.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? A win is a win. Okay? Like, straight up, a win is a win. Everyone talked about Burger King all day today because they said something that people thought was derogatory, when in fact, what they said was, hey, we getting ready to look out for the ladies that work for us. All the ladies that want to have a career in culinary, we're sending you to college for free. Let's go. But they got your attention. They did the equivalent of sex. Now that I got your attention,
Yeah, big facts.
gender is very important.
I can tell that Kush did not get that reference. I can see it in his non-reaction.
I mean, like,
Shame on you.
that's essentially what Burger King did, and it was a W, because at the end of the day, what Burger King is doing is a good ass thing. All right, if we can look at quantifiable data and see that there are not enough women in the culinary field,
Only 20% of chefs are women.
and we want to make more women be able to get in the culinary industry, and Burger King wants to facilitate that, that's a win.
What did
There
they
should
say?
be-
Hub retweeted some sus stuff too.
I'll share this right here. The message, it's all about catching your eye. The message that they are actually trying to get across, though, I agree with, which is what Pest said, which is they're funding the careers of women that want to get into the culinary thing. But this is what caught everybody's eye at first tweet, and it was supposed to catch.
This world is so stupid, man.
Sex.
This world is so
now
dumb.
that I got your attention, HIV is
Right.
a problem. Like that's what they did.
That's all that
what
was.
They did.
And then this is the secondary tweet right here, and the third tweet talking about their scholarship program from Burger King UK.
That
Yeah,
shit's a
they
W.
did that to get your attention.
That shit
I will
is a
say,
W, yo.
I must point out,
Look at the
it is
retweets.
it's.
Look at the likes. Look at the quoted. That's a W.
And
That's a
I must point out here, I feel the need to point out for chat, Burger King is doing a nice thing with helping these ladies get into the culinary field, but also it's a little bit of a backhanded slap to get them working at Burger King.
Hey,
Not gonna lie.
Sabrina, Burger King was my first real job too.
Wendy's was mine.
Notice how it was not your final career job, Best.
Thank God it wasn't, because Burger King was ass.
See you, Mike. Thank you for tuning in, man.
Point made.
Right,
Burger
Mike.
King sucked. But shout out to Burger King, man. I think it's a great thing they're doing.
Yeah,
I really
I,
do.
I'm trying so hard to hold in a reference from like the cringiest meme of 5 years ago right now.
I don't get the. I don't get
what,
the.
women making sandwiches?
No.
Oh, I thought you was gonna go. I mean, like, listen.
People in chat probably know what I'm talking about.
I don't think people do.
Again, that's a W. That's a W in my opinion for Burger King, man. I think that was a
huge
W.
W.
All the way. That was a W all the way. I mean, like, you can get mad at it if you want, but like they did something to make you look at them, and then they said, okay, there's a problem,
It was
and we
so
want to
dumb.
address it. Yo, that's good stuff, man. That's a W. That's a W, man. All day long.
But yeah, guys, if you guys got any more questions, drop it in the chat. I'm gonna get ready to kind of wrap it up here. The football conversation's kind of died down, but if you guys got
Yeah.
more questions, toss it in.
I
for
blame
sure.
KB.
Yeah, KB
I mean,
was on
is
some
there-
crack tonight, man.
Is there a topic we didn't cover? I feel like we covered actually quite a bit of NFL free agency.
What are the Giants doing at 11? I'm kidding.
Oh no, one more free agent or NFL offseason move that I don't think anybody expected from Eli Manning. Eli Manning
Oh,
getting
yes.
his own TV
Biggest
show.
news
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manning getting his own TV show.
Does anybody know what kind of TV show it's gonna be? Whatever.
It's the
I'm
same thing as
assuming.
Peyton's Places, but
Yeah,
Eli's
it's
Places.
like college football. Something to do with college football.
Yeah, you know what Peyton's Places is?
Yeah.
It's that, but with college ball,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it's Eli's
Okay.
Places.
I'm still gonna tune in because it's Eli.
Oh, hell yes.
Right.
But I'm still waiting for them to do a joint comedy show or something.
Yeah, and I will say this until I can't say it no more. I will say it till I'm blue in the face. I will scream it from the rooftops. I have watched Eli Manning lift Lombardis. I have watched him dominate defenses. I will never in my life be more proud of this man than when I saw his first commercial with Frank's Red Hot. There's nothing else that does it like that. I mean, the man, the myth, the legend right there. Talk about securing the legacy of Eli Manning for years to come. That's what
This
it
man
is.
can do it all. He can do everything. He can
Right.
do everything. He can play football. He can sing.
And he can pick a hot sauce,
he can
too.
Act. He can tell jokes, and
He hosted
knows-
SNL.
He hosted SNL, and he knows a good pepper sauce when he sees one. Because listen,
Frank's it's what it is.
A big ass bottle of Frank's Red Hot stays in my crib, yo. It stays in my crib.
It is upstairs in the
Big-ass
fridge at this
I'm a
moment.
Tabasco man
Costco
myself.
bottles of it.
There is
myself.
a goddamn reason that some of the best buffalo sauce in the world is straight up just Frank's and butter. That's how they make it in a lot of restaurants, and it tastes delicious because Frank's is amazing.
Hey, yo, listen. There was a point in time in my life, right, where I had a bottle of Frank's Red Hot in my car because I go to Sonic in the morning, right? I go to Sonic and
I
their
respect
steak,
this.
I get their steak, egg, and potato breakfast burrito,
I respect this.
and I open that son bitch up and I go in the center console because that's where the Frank's was at, and I'd be like, bloop, 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 bloop. And that was the only reason why I had Frank's in there, so I could have that breakfast burrito every morning.
That's a big move. Frank's belongs on every egg dish. Period.
Yeah,
Full
I
stop.
put that shit on everything.
Yo, y'all think Eli has been eating Frank since like years, and he's
Oh,
like,
no
you know
doubt,
what?
no doubt.
Yeah,
And
man.
he's
No
just
doubt.
like, yo, let me just
I don't
actually get
doubt
a
he's
sponsorship.
been
Come on.
Yeah, listen, they from the South, okay? They use hot sauce. They from the South. And he ain't using that Louisiana bullshit. He using Frank.
Don't let Archie and them fool you. They from the South, man.
So we actually got another question right here. Somebody asked about the press conference tomorrow. So I'm gonna take a couple more questions about the press conference, but I've been going for an hour 45, and I haven't done the sponsor yet, guys. Go over to manscaped.com. Use the code.
Where's Joel?
I get yourself 20% off and free shipping. Support the channel directly.
Joel, we need you.
I just need like 2 more people to use the code, and then me and Manscaped are set for like a legit thing. But like, come on, guys, just 2 more people. We got like 61 in here at 1.70 something. 2 of y'all.
Some of y'all need to shave your balls.
Hey yo, I know some of y'all's balls is looking quite messed up. Right
How
now.
do you know that, Pest?
Like,
How you know that so specifically?
Because I got a spidey sense.
Oh, you got a sixth sense?
Yeah, I'm saying I got a spidey.
You got a
sense.
testicular sixth sense, huh?
and I was sent to this planet to fucking defeat terrible bushes. Okay, get your ass on the website. All right, use the damn code. Get you the lawnmower 3.0 and shave that shit. The ladies don't like. All right, the ladies don't like picking hairs out of their mouths. Okay, so you need to trim it. Okay?
I can tell Hub is not like where this is going right
No,
now.
I love it because I'm
Oh,
not
you
saying
do.
You need to clean it up. If you ain't cleaning it up, something's wrong with you. Okay, it's 2021. It's not 1973. Trim your bushes, please.
Pest knows. He was around for both.
Whoa, I was born in the 80s. Okay.
No.
Pest says stop the cap. But the question I got, can I scroll up back and find it real quick? Somebody was saying, oh yeah, it's from Jon Snow. He says, what's the most controversial thing Gettleman will say tomorrow?
Hi, my name is Dave Gettleman, and I am the general manager of the
Exactly.
New York
Yeah,
Football Giants.
I will say.
And everybody's gonna go, this mother.
Are we defining controversial as the most shocking thing, or the thing that Giants fans will hate most? Oh, Frosty's in chat. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway though,
Sabrina, I'm sorry.
do we define this as most controversial, like to Giants fans, or the most shocking thing he'll say?
Well, what's the difference, really? To be
I
honest,
mean,
like-
is there a difference? Because
Giants
he's gonna
fans are
say
stupid.
Good morning, and that's going to be enough to have Giants Twitter in a fit.
All right, then I'm gonna say he's gonna firmly commit to Daniel Jones as the future, and Giants Twitter's gonna lose their minds. That's what I'll say.
Why?
because
I
it's
just
Giants
think he
Twitter.
will. That's my guess.
I mean,
I'm
Pat,
saying,
have you
as a
been on
Giants
Giants
fan,
Twitter?
why would you be mad at that?
Oh, because Giants fans are morons. That's
Pat,
why.
go look at Giants Twitter, bro.
Yeah,
You really
Giants
asking
Twitter
me?
Yeah,
is a
you-
terrible place.
Hey, look, I've been on Giants Twitter for like the past week, and I'm very disappointed in myself.
This man's only been on there a week, bro.
Like Giants
you ain't
Twitter
been there
is
long enough.
absolutely insane. Like some of the things they say.
Terrible. It's
Yo,
terrible.
Frosty just said, "Dang, Sabrina's gone. I'm out." Well, watch Sabrina come in a few minutes and be like, "Yo, is he gone?
Is it going?
Is he still here?"
Is it going?
But yeah, no, Giants Twitter be saying some wild stuff, man.
I think anything that makes mention of the trenches is going to piss Giants fans off because you know, the only thing Giants fans care about is skill position players, and they forgot watching Eli Manning run for his life for 6 years.
Yeah.
So anything about the offensive or defensive line, anything about the cap and how they're going to maneuver the cap, they're going to say he's a dumbass. If he says anything about positional value of draft picks or anything analytical, they're going to lose their minds.
And the Giants fans out there that are so desperate for a wide receiver should take solace in the fact that if they just go back and look and try and be consistent with their lives for once, they will see that every year, consistently, Dave Gettleman has told us up front what his goals were, and then he has gone out and done it. His first year here, he said, I don't care about positional value. I'm going to take the best guy on the board. He then takes Saquon Barkley at 2. Next year, I don't care that it's not a great quarterback draft. We're going to get Eli Manning's replacement. Takes Jones at 6. Next year after that, we need replacement for our franchise quarterback. Takes Andrew Thomas at 4. And now he said explicitly, we have to go get playmakers.
That's what he's going to do.
So Giants Twitter, when it comes time for the draft, and we haven't signed Allen Robinson and Kenny Galladay and Corey Davis, don't be freaking out, guys. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, listen. It's crazy to me, man. As I watch Giants Twitter, and I hear these guys and some females. There's some females sprinkled in there, you know, and they're talking about like all these bad moves that we've made, and I'm like, yo, first and foremost, if it was you doing the job, you would suck worse. First and foremost,
very
you
true.
would fucking suck worse if it was you doing the job.
Way
it's so
worse.
Easy. It's so easy to play revisionist history with what
The
happened.
2020 vision is real with these guys, man.
It's so easy to play revisionist history, right? And be like, well, I knew this wasn't going to work. No, the fuck you didn't know it wasn't.
It's Monday Morning GM. That's what it is.
Because if it would have worked, you wouldn't be saying anything,
Yeah.
right? That's the whole point about it, is that if this stuff worked, we wouldn't be talking about Saquon at 2, regardless of whether we thought it was a good pick or not. I didn't like Saquon at 2, but the kid's a beast. The kid's a monster. I'm glad he's on this team. Okay,
It is what it is, you know. Move forward with what we have.
But you know what? The kid got some potential, and we'll see what happens with him. All right. Like the fact of the matter is that like none of us know anything, but you listen to these dumbasses on Twitter, they have all the answers. Well,
of course,
all the answers.
tell me
bro.
what the lottery numbers are for tomorrow so I can quit my job. I will continue to say that to these dumbasses. Then tell me the lottery numbers, because you seem to know everything.
And to that point,
And
to
so
that point of
that's
just
why I can't get into Twitter like that, because I'll be just like you.
yeah, and to this point about these positional value guys, right? And all the people slamming on it and saying this stuff. These are going to be the people that are. I've said this for months now. These are going to be the people that are going to lose their goddamn minds when Dave Gettleman walks to the podium at number 11 and takes Rashad Bateman. They're going to say, it's a reach, he's a late first rounder and all that crap, unless the hype keeps building, which is possible. But they're going to lose their minds on him. They're going to lose their minds on him on draft night. And then come fall, come week 1, Rashad Bateman's going to ball out, and everyone that was saying that crap is going to say they knew it all along. It just is what it is.
No, they won't. They'll say Gettleman got lucky this time.
No.
That's what
Pest,
they
they
always
won't say that. Pest, you forgot what the new excuse is, because I brought it up earlier. When something good happens, they're going to say that's a Joe Judge pick.
That's all Joe
And
Judge.
when something
That's
bad
true.
happens,
That's
they're
true.
going to say that's a Gettleman mistake.
Oh, that was because of Joe Judge. And it's like, okay, first of all, let's take a step back, right? I've talked about this in the past. I totally feel like Dave Gettleman has been collaborative with his staff this
Agreed.
entire time.
And by the way, I'm sorry, I gotta head out. It is that time. Thank you for having me on. It's been a blast.
Yeah,
Adios.
peace.
I wholeheartedly believe that Dave Gettleman has been collaborative this entire time and has been listening to his coaches in terms of what they want. Unfortunately, for a little bit there, we had some shit coaches. That's just
Coaches.
the way it goes. We had some shit coaches. They were terrible. We all
Absolutely
hate them.
awful.
We're all glad they're gone. Okay, so like, fucking relax, y'all. Like, relax. Y'all don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. No one on this panel has the answers. None of us do. So just wait and see what the fuck happens. Like,
And speaking of coaches, shout out to Tudo Azori for the $10 super chat. He says, I totally believe the Giants have young and talented players and coaches in 2021. All we need is a few adjustments, tweaks, and better preparations this year.
Hey, that's one of the realest fans here. That Tutu Azori guy, I love that guy. He always comes in the show.
He's watching from Italy, and he has better thoughts than what Giants fans in New York have to say on Twitter.
That is absolutely crazy.
Listen, Tutu, yo, you are absolutely correct, man. This coaching staff, I love this coaching staff.
Oh, this coaching staff is legit.
I love this coaching staff.
Remember what I described it as last year, like the Avengers of coaching staff, and it got even better.
Yeah, I love this coaching staff. I love it. I think this coaching staff is fantastic. I think this coaching staff is going to be super successful. I love this coaching staff. And I love this coaching staff because I hated it at first. And so anytime I hate something, it ends up being good. This is how my life works. If I hate it, then it's gonna be okay.
And for anybody, I saw a couple people asking what time do they talk to the media tomorrow. It's at 12. I feel like every press conference that they have in the offseason, it's like always at 12.
Yeah, it's at 12. They'll move what's the name of their radio show? What's the name?
They have a
of it
couple.
again?
They have a couple.
No, it's on there. It's always on their app and it's always on their site. And I can't remember the name of their show, but they always move the show because the show typically starts at like 11 or 12.
Hey, fellas, gotta head out, man.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna end it right here as well. Yeah, but shout out to everybody in the chat, to everybody that donated. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys made a great stream. Shout out to Pest, Big Pat Sports Talk, Nate who just left, and KB who was in here earlier. Man, Big Blue Kickoff Live. That's the name of the podcast, by the way.
Thank you. That's what it is.
But yeah, shout out to all y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Any last thoughts? Pest, did you get your frustration out with Giants Twitter?
I mean, no, because I'm gonna open up Twitter in a little bit and be angry all over again. If you're on Twitter and you're a Giants fan, just chill out, man. Let's just see what happens. That's all. Stop being assholes.
Facts. And guys, go over and check out Big Pat Sports Talk's channel. That's it for now. We out, man.
All right.